pros and cons. It boils down to one. I don't have a sense of morality. I'm a droid. I don't even understand what you guys say when you say stupid shit like that. But really, it's just pros and cons. Like on the one hand, all right, we do the job, we get good cred, we get paid, right, and we don't have someone hunting our heads. We don't do the job. There's literally no plus. We don't get paid. We're wanted by people who have all our information, and the people that we help don't even give a shit about us or know that we exist.
I understand where you're coming from, and you see my pros and cons are we are currently pros. If we do this job, we become cons, and I'm not for that. I'm all for
we'd be working for the government,
which to me is a con. I'm not working for these assholes.
Yeah, but you can't be a con if you're working for the government.
That's not true.
That's
I'm sure that you know politicians. No. There are some politicians that are definitely cons. And they work for the government. Just look
Those are con
around.
artists. That's different.
It's it's almost the same. We're riding the thin line of definition here. And I think that we just need to get your dictionary updated to really see eye to eye here.
All right, so
I don't want to kill possibly millions of people. I think that's a terrible idea.
But we're not going to kill millions of people.
By working for Lady Jara, we will end up killing millions of people.
No, just because people die doesn't mean you kill them. I throw people into space all the time. That doesn't count as killing them. I didn't kill them. Space did.
We just talked about your warped sense of morality. This is another fine example of that warp.
You keep talking about a sense of morality. I don't have one. That's not a thing. It's an artificial human construct, which thank God I don't suffer from.
Yet, I might get you updated because having this conversation with you constantly,
they don't make things like that for droids.
It's called a memory wipe.
That a memory wipe, Wes? Yes. But yes. Also, I'm pretty sure there's an R&D department out there that's worked with like emotion chips.
Also, I'm going to jump in logically. If we do this right, we have the crazy pirates are going to be mad at us because we're going to frame them for attacking the New Republic. And if we do it wrong, the New Republic's going to want us dead because we attacked them.
No, that's if we do it wrong. If we do it right, no one knows we did it, and we do it. The Empire owes us a favor.
Okay, so
versus we don't do it, the Empire hates us. The New Republic doesn't even care or know about us, and we don't get paid.
All right. Payne, run the math here. I need to know what the odds are of us actually completing this mission right.
I see it as 100%.
Tavi's going to pop up, and you can decide whether or not to say this to anyone, but Tavi's going to pop up in Payne's little HUD and be like, the odds are less than 15%.
100%, Captain.
You think that we could do this right on 100%?
All right, you got me. I lied. 95. Pretty good odds.
All right. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with this CPU.
I'd show you my math, but your weak human mind would probably not be able to comprehend it.
I think that your math is pretty incorrect here, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead.
If you thought my math was gonna be incorrect.
No. I asked because I thought your math would be right, and then it was wrong. So I'm gonna schedule you for
I'm wrong because you don't like the answer?
No, you're wrong because the math is wrong, man. I can see that we are not going to do this. They want us to go in there and specifically. So first of all, we've got to look like the Zon Consortium when we do this. Try to make it look like we're these fucking crazy ass pirates and then infiltrate the convoy, destroy all the other ships in the convoy except the one.
That was optional.
It's not. Run the math again. It's We do not have 95%.
Get the
Alright,
doctor in here.
it's probably closer to 35.
Get the doctor in
35?
here.
It's a strong 35.
Okay. You've just proved my point again. I think I've got to get you looked over
I don't
the
think
next
we're going
time
to
that
do
we're in
that.
port.
Probably not.
Where's Mr. Clean?
He's working on droids.
I don't want Clean and Payne to have to worry about each other. We're on the same crew. I'm just going to send Payne in, maybe to Geek Squad, have them look him over. So anyway, while we do the Geek Squad thing, I think that we should also look out for somebody that's on the New Republic side of the fence. I'm all for this. I want to tell them that this, crazy Imperial offshoot run by this Lady Jarrah is trying to do this shit. They need to know.
Question: If I spend a Destiny point, can I have recorded Lady Jarrah's conversation?
Yes.
All right, I'll just take that real quick. Did you already flip it?
No, technically there should be one more. So.
All right, done. All right. Okay, I can see where the pros and cons of doing it, in my opinion, are far outweigh the pros far outweigh the cons. However, I do agree we don't have a way of doing it without making it worse. If you can find the Empire, I do have evidence of. I'm sorry, if you can find the New Republic, I do have evidence.
Oh, hard evidence of the conversation? That's fantastic.
Yeah,
That's
I
going to
recorded
be
it.
very useful.
I really record everything. It just sometimes it gets written over by other memories.
Is that why you stand next to the bathroom, kind of peek in?
No,
Okay.
droids don't use bathrooms.
Well, that's why you stand outside of it. Anyway, it's let's see a map here.
Would you like to switch to the galactic map?
Yeah, if you don't mind. I know that we need to stay away from Phobos. That's where she was last.
That's the name of a ship.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said K-18. Let me check that.
So, where you guys are now is you're on this. You're on the Carillion trade spine here, and this planet of Heron is a stopover point. It is one of these planets that's here at the intersection of two trade lanes, so its basic entire economy is based on stopping traffic, being a way station, basically. That's the entirety of its value.
Hey, Sen, you want me to just stream it in Discord? Or you can watch are you streaming?
Yeah,
you're live.
I'm live.
Okay.
I was assuming he was working through his workarounds.
Just trying to be helpful. All right, so Heron is a stopover place, and New Republic is there.
So you guys haven't actually stopped there yet. That was going to be the world that I spent most of today building that got deleted. But yes, that is a place you can stop. You don't actually know who controls it, because your data banks aren't updated with that kind of information. Like, you're not a warship, you're not an intelligence gathering ship. You only have basic navigational data.
And we can't access the HoloNet when we're in hyperspace, right?
No, but you can access it when you drop out.
Okay.
Well, before we drop out, perhaps we should double check that the ship is not have further of those. You said there was a spider droid on the ship?
So there was an assassin droid that kind of jumped us, and you bring up a really good point, because I'm super paranoid about this. I still think there's something on the ship tracking us, or maybe some sort of failsafe that would alert the imps that of where we're going or something. So can anybody... Let's sweep for signals, maybe.
Okay. To save time, because we will dwell on things like this quite a bit, I'm going to give everybody one turn to say, I'm going to do this. and to make a roll or a check. So you want to sweep for signals. So that's what you want to do, Dex, or you want someone else to do that?
That would be a computer's check, right?
That would be, yes.
Yeah.
Can we program the cleaning droids to search for signals, or do we already do that?
I don't think we've done that yet.
We should have Mr. Clean program them to do the exact same thing he did when we wanted to find Lucy.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
If one of you guys could sweep electronically, I'm gonna try to. I know this ship. I want to try to use my piloting role as this role, but I'm gonna go over like all of the systems in the cockpit. Is what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Look.
All right. So you're basically doing the whole. It's my pride and joy. I know the ship like the back of my hand. I'll let you use. I'll let you use a piloting role for that. It's a little bit of a bending of the rules, but sure. I am going to make it pretty difficult. We're going to call it 2 reds.
Okay.
Clax is going to be with his big gun, walking through the cargo hold and trying to check in between everything and around to make sure he doesn't find anything.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do the same thing. My none of my checks are gonna help. So unless I can help, nope. That's gonna be my best check.
All right. Well, let's go in order on the screen. Randall.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Um,
The captain has said, let's look for more sabotage or fail safes or spider droids.
yes. Am I helping Mr. Clean with programming the droids to search for any signals?
Okay. If you want to try to work with Mr. Clean to program droids, you can. I would. I don't think that going to I want the droids to do all this work is really a wise move for you guys.
Yeah. Can somebody check the reactor, like specifically, and somebody check the hyperdrive?
Okay.
Like let's pick systems to actually look through and knock them out.
Well, I'm trying to.
I'll search the hyperdrive.
I'm on Randall right now, and I just want to point out to Randall the reason that I'm critiquing that droid plan is that while you're thinking, I'm increasing numbers and I've got these droids that don't eat, sleep, or whatever, they're also not like super observant or intelligent. So they're cleaning and maintenance droids. Mechanically they have a rating of 1 green to do any check you want them to do, compared to the super mechanically inept or super mechanically savvy Randall, who could use your mechanics check, which is very significant, against a specific thing. So while I will tell you can reprogram the droids if that's what you want to do, it may not be the best purpose because I'm going to use the droids check to look for them.
Yeah. And as you say it that way, it's like, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I will actually go and...
It's not the first time you've been like, I want to reprogram the droids. And I'm like, I mean, you can. It's within your mechanical capabilities.
What's wrong with reprogramming droids?
I mean, nothing if you want them to do a specific task.
Yeah, I will look through the hyperdrive and see if anything has been...
Shouldn't you do the fuel since you're more the explosive guy? Let me do the hyperdrive.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. So you want to check the reactor then?
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a 1 red for the reactor.
That's mechanics.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You successfully check the reactor. Aside from the droid that you've already found, everything seems to be more or less in place and functioning as it should. Pain.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna do a search of the hyperdrive.
Okay. Give me a 1 red mechanics check.
I might actually be okay at mechanics. Let me check. I am better at mechanics than I am perception. Go figure. This is possible to work. It won't. I'll despair, but yep.
Yeah, you did. Okay, so you guys are going along, and everything's hunky dory in hyperspace, and then suddenly you are out of hyperspace. So mechanically, here's what happens. Payne is lifting up a panel. The hyperdrives are hot. And that means that these contact points have like arcing electricity and all that jazz stuff that's very dangerous to Payne. Where's his token? Let's put him over here in danger. Where'd you go? Here you are. So he removes a panel, takes a step forward into an access way, hears a click noise, and then the hyperdrive shuts off. The despair is not actually the hyperdrive turning off, though. Since you succeeded in your check, you would look down and see a blinking device underneath your foot. It's wired to an anti-personnel grenade. An anti-personnel mine. And your foot has activated the pressure plate.
Can I come over comms?
Hmm?
And I'm going to say, hey, we're out of hyperspace. What the hell's going on? Anybody?
Captain someone has put a landmine in the hyperdrive. I have found it successfully.
Okay.
By stepping on it.
All right. That's not good.
Thank you, Captain. I was not aware that it was bad
Well,
until this very moment.
we were talking about morality, good and bad stuff. So just want to make sure that we're all on the same page with this one. Because if that mine goes off, it's not going to be good for the ship whatsoever. So
it also might be bad for me.
I guess
Can I
so.
come take a look at it to try to find a way to keep it from blowing up?
Oh, I've got an explosives guy on the ship.
You do. Let's do a quick round of, because we didn't go all the way through, to make sure that Waz and Sin get their say in what they're doing.
I am in the bunks looking through all of the things. I'm looking very specific for like a hidden compartment. I just don't want a spider droid to come and attack me while I'm sleeping.
You said you're looking
Fair.
for the bunk rooms? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and let you roll a check. It's going to be a 1 red. Sin. While he's doing that, what is your character doing?
So just so you're aware, I've given up. I am now watching your stream. I'm not sure if you noticed.
Yeah, I saw that.
I am going to, like I said, be going through the cargo hold. I'm going to be checking to make sure that there's nothing out of place in there that shouldn't be, anything that's been opened up, and if there's anything that is down there that should be, and or things moving around that shouldn't be.
Give me a 2 red check. Perception.
What type of check is that again? Perception?
Yep.
I have my sheet.
Okay. You also have all your gear down here. I don't know if you have all this written down.
1 advantage, 1 failure.
Okay. Waz?
2 success, one advantage.
Neither of you find anything. Okay. Top of the round. Dex, you have a situation there, Captain. What would we like to do? Now we can go back to the whole we have an explosives guy on the ship thing.
Yeah, that's Randall, right? Randall knows explosives.
Yes.
Randall, I need you to get up to the hyperdrive area. There should be a landmine up there. You're gonna have to take care of that carefully.
All right, let me take a look.
Okay, so Randall, as you walk back here, Mr. Clean is in the engineering access way, standing outside of an open door. And as you round the corner, you see Payne standing on a access. So this room is basically a pit that goes down to this level, and it has electrical conduits that run through it that are part of the hyperdrive apparatus, that when they're charged, that whole area has enough electricity to like incinerate metal. The access way that Payne is standing in has a box that isn't supposed to be there, and a blinking landmine right underneath his foot.
All right. And is this one where... Do I immediately know how to keep the landmine from exploding? Is it one where it's... again, it's a pressure sensing mine, so as long as there's still pressure on it, it'll not blow up.
I'm going to have you do 2 checks. First one's going to be a warfare check to get the exact specs of the mine and be like, I've seen this before. It's going to be a 1 red warfare check. See, if you hadn't shown up tonight, this would have been a lot more exciting. You know exactly what this is. You've seen this type of mine before. It's a mechanical device, which puts it right up your alley. Basically, he stepped on a plunger, and the plunger is being held down by his foot, and he's completed a circuit. And now, if that circuit is broken, the mine is going to go off. You rolled advantages too, right?
Yes.
I'm going to say with your advantages, you realize that the entire apparatus he's standing on, it's not all an explosive device. This mine is blatantly a failsafe against discovery. Would you like to attempt to disarm it?
Let me make sure I fully understand. So the mine itself is not explosive?
The mine is explosive, but it's attached to a box. So he's stepped on something in the hallway that you look at and it looks out of place. Like there's a floor panel has been removed. There is a box in its place. It's made of different materials than the rest of the ship. Doesn't blend in very well. And when he stepped on it, there's a mine that's been embedded in the top of it. The mine is a fail-safe for the box. The box itself is not an explosive, and that's what your advantages would tell you. This is a booby trap meant to keep whoever discovers it from telling people they discovered it and blowing up and destroying any evidence of whatever is in that box.
Okay. So it's effectively a mine on top of a box. Yes. Mm-hmm. I like the idea of disarming the mine.
Bad stuff in the box.
You're going to talk to Payne about it, how you want to do it. This is that whole MacGyver scenario where the better solution you come up with, the easier the check is.
Okay. So yeah, Payne, you're standing right now on a plunger, and if you remove your weight from this plunger, it's going to complete it, or it will disrupt the circuit. It's going to make everything blow up. So you're going to need to keep weight on this little plunger here. I'm trying to think of a clever way.
Thank you, Dr. Randall. I greatly appreciate your help in this moment of my need. Please don't try to leave.
Okay.
Can you tape it so that it doesn't pop back up?
I was going to use something less. I was going to use something more like. I was going to use duct tape. Although the other thing I want to do is take Payne's foot off and secure Payne's foot to it pretty hardcore and make him walk around without his foot.
I'd like to keep my foot.
So you say that you want to take his foot off, and you guys are having that conversation because Mr. Clean will totally come around the corner and be like, "Payne, I can get you a new foot. I got feet back here. It's not weird.
I just got this one. That is weird. Would you like me to take your foot off and offer you a different one?
How attached
I
to your
can do that. I can take feet off and put other feet back on. I'm a fucking doctor."
Clean's gonna look at Randall and be like, "You're on your own, son." He's gonna walk off.
Damn it! Can I get? I want Lucy to come in and rip whatever cord she ripped out that one time.
I'm not going to lie. If you can't get this thing off, we all die together.
Okay.
And I'm kind of curious what's in the box.
What's in the box? Can you check it right now?
Sure, if he takes his foot off the plunger.
Oh, okay.
Aye, Captain. Right on it.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. So you're sure that you don't want to have a separate foot put on there? What sort of circuit?
Do you want a new foot?
Again, I have blood and everything that runs through the foot. What sort of? Do you know what sort of electrons go down to your foot?
I know what you have in your foot. I'm a fucking doctor. If you wanted a new foot, I could get you a new foot. Do you want a new fucking foot?
I didn't step on a plunger. And I
we
didn't
stop
wanna
putting
bomb.
around
absolutely
here?
agree with that statement. You did not make this error. However, you are here now. Just disarm the bomb. Aren't you a Dr. Bomb? A bomb
do,
doctor?
I do make a lot of improvised bombs and blow a few of them up too.
Well, don't blow this one up.
All right.
I
There's
think it's
definitely-
in both of our interests to not blow this up. I can offer you assistance in disarming it. I am a skilled mechanic.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think of a good way to make sure that there's still plenty of weight on this bomb to let your foot come up, and something slightly better than Indiana Jones and his rock.
Well, yeah,
Why don't you-
because
can
it
you
would blow
tack
up in
weld
that gap. You could tack weld his foot to the mine if you wanted to. A, take off his foot, and I mean B, we're talking about a welder on a landmine.
Yeah.
I feel like that goes without explanation.
I feel like when the captain says that Payne rubs his temples, not sure why he would rub his temples because that's not even where his brain is, but that is what Payne would be doing.
I think, yeah. I'm not the bomb expert, but as a bomb expert, you could just roll for it if you can't come up with something. You've got the knowledge. Like, your character has knowledge.
Yeah.
You know what? I might have an idea, and oddly enough, it's because I'm a doctor and not a bomb expert. I have this stuff.
Super glue.
No, spray plastocast.
Oh, that's even better.
Oh yeah.
You guys would also
Yeah,
have
if you-
access to super glue. I'd consider that to be part of your standard toolkit.
To super glue it down.
Yeah, like anything
You
like
just flood it with super glue.
like duct tape, tools, super glue, like lubricant, stuff, anything you would normally find in a toolbox. I'll just say you have because you have a toolkit. But yeah,
So everything but the 10mm socket.
yeah, you can never find that when you need it. I had to go looking for a 6mm earlier. It was crazy.
Wouldn't they be
four of 'em.
imperial, not metric? Sorry.
Wow.
That was a good one. I don't care what anybody
yeah.
says.
I hope the captain doesn't eat a shotgun like the last captain did.
Yeah. So I'm sure we have some sort of a steel plate, and I was going to use that to wedge between his foot to keep it
I mean,
shut.
Couldn't we just if we know where the plunger is, we just have to put a stick on the plunger and then spray the whole thing with this plastocast, and you could just pitch the mine out into space.
Yeah,
Right.
that was the end goal. I was gonna, again, the steel plate was supposed to go between your foot and the plunger to slide in and keep the pressure down on the plunger.
Okay, I'm liking this. So
And-
you're gonna
and
take
the-
you're gonna take a thin piece of metal because steel plate sounds like something a little bit thicker than what I had in mind. But you're gonna take something thin in metal and depress the plunger, have Payne move his foot, and then spray it with the spray cast to basically keep the plunger held down. That's
Yes.
the plan.
Yep.
Okay.
And then once we have it all the way held down, then chuck this thing out.
Now,
Okay.
is the mine and the box a continuous unit, or can they be separated?
They can be separated. They are currently like the mine is screwed into the top of the box. Where the hatch lock would be is where the mine is, and it's been screwed at each of the corners into where the lock would go. So it's recessed into it, but it is something that you can see the screws. It's bigger than your foot, so you can see the edges of it.
Okay.
Okay, so all right.
So we should if we unscrewed the mine from the box, then we could we could pull the mine up as we lift my foot, which would mean we could put it on a workbench if we needed to disarm it better. Like instead of my foot being, right over top of it, my foot would be to the side, and you could have a better view of the mine.
Do it. Let him assist you.
Take it apart
Yeah.
from the bottom.
I was gonna try to get you off of it first before we picked the mine up. That was my thoughts.
We can do that. That's fine.
And yeah, we don't need to immediately throw it out, but
As long as we get the mine off, I want to know what's in that box.
True.
Somebody didn't want us to find that.
Okay. So it starts as a 3 red. You downgraded it twice, which I'm going to count as a 2 red from your current scenario. Pain's assisting you, so you may have a boost.
All right.
Spend a destiny token.
You may also spend a destiny token.
All right. All right. Let's see if we all die.
Yeah, where's everybody else on this? Can I get people on fire control, maybe? Let's get people on backup standby. We know that we've got a bomb here.
Success.
Okay. So Randall shimmies this piece of metal in there and very gently slides it over top of the plunger while holding it down. Payne gently lifts his foot, closing one electronic eye as he pulls his foot off, and then aims a spray canister down like it's an SMG and sprays the shit out of the top of it. You now have a piece of metal that is basically spray casted to the top of this bomb.
All right.
All right. I exhale a little bit. And
Can you still unscrew it?
Yeah, that was
from
the
the
next.
box?
So
that was the next part.
My bad, I'm not there.
well, let's look at that roll. You rolled 0 advantages, so I'm going to say that 2 of the screws are easily accessible. The other is underneath the foam, but you could drill through the foam even though it's hardened to get to the screw.
That seems like the best plan.
Yeah.
Because if we do that, we can pick it up, flip it over, and then you should be able to pull the explosives out from the backside.
Mm-hmm.
So
I do like that plan.
let's make all of that one roll and make it a 1 red mechanics check.
And I'm assisting him.
You may assist him, yes.
We don't have to. No one's on standby.
You have successfully disarmed the mine. The mine is now useless, and you're left over with the same amount of explosive as it would normally go into 3 grenades or 1 landmine. It is an exceptionally powerful landmine, even though it was simple. So you might want to write that down, Randall, that you have, some extra explosives just floating around in your inventory. All right. What would you like to do?
Captain, we have disarmed the bomb.
Oh, thank
no
God.
one has lost any legs or arms. Thank you for asking. And or heads. Rando is safe. I know that
Good.
you care about him.
I'm glad Randall's okay. Mr. Clean's out of there too?
Yeah, he noped out earlier.
Yeah, right? He was like, fuck. So if you don't need me, I'm a bounce.
He was okay
Yeah,
with replacing the foot.
We found a strange box.
Yeah, so,
We're gonna open it now.
okay. Tell me what's in it.
Don't do it there. Like, find a better place.
Right? There's a bomb on the inside. Bring it to the cargo bay.
I was gonna ask, should we check it for traps?
I was gonna check it for traps, but then I got mad at the captain. Was like, fuck him.
This droid is so moody.
No.
Fucker's like, let's just take his foot off and put a new one on. It's just a droid. How about I take your feet off and put new ones on?
I didn't suggest
do
that,
that.
by the way.
You were right behind it. I could sense it.
We had other robots that didn't mind losing pieces.
You
I don't
saved
know
my
why
life.
you would,
Saved my life once by taking my arm off.
right? You're
Who
like
did
a
that?
salamander. You can just regrow, well, not regrow literally, but just put pieces back on. It's like the best part about being a droid. Upgrades.
I just got these parts. I like them.
Okay. Why don't you bring that to the cargo bay? I'll start treating you nicer. I didn't realize that you were so sensitive about your personal body parts and money. I had no idea.
So
I swear to God, I'm just.
where
You
we
guys are all gonna wake up with like different parts of each other.
That'd be kind of cool.
I just want you to know when you wake up with Waz's left hand, Randall's dick, Not in the right places. We'll see how you feel about it.
So you now have this locked case. When you pull up on it, it comes up out of the floor. Like it's a tight fit, but it's easy to remove just by lifting on it. But it is still locked. Oh, also it's plugged in to the hyperdrive.
Oh shit! Is it electronically locked or mechanically locked?
You should mechanically check that, Randall. That doesn't look right.
And why is it plugged
Yeah.
into the hyperdrive?
Now you should summon one of the maintenance droids. This is what they do.
I summon a maintenance droid.
Maintenance droid shows up. It beep boops, disconnects the cables, and basically where the box was, it has a cable out each side, and it just plugs those cables into each other and beep boops, and you're able to lift up the crate. You now have this case.
And the hyperdrive works again.
You haven't tried that yet.
Captain, try the hyperdrive. We think it's fixed.
Let me get the hell out of here before you punch it.
Oh my god. That is a solid plan, Randall. Here, I'll take the box.
Okay. Well, the box and your token are here, so take them where you want to go.
I don't know where I'm at.
Oh fuck, man! I don't have the astromech droid anymore.
Nope.
Yeah, I thought we got him back. Oh no, he got lost.
No, you did get him back. You guys pulled off an amazing check
Yeah,
to
we
get
got
the
him back.
You did. You pulled off an amazing check to get the astromech back. You did get him back.
Okay. I was looking for him, but I'm gonna have him do an astrogation check.
Okay.
Where do you want me, Captain?
I was thinking the cargo bay. If you're gonna open random
There's
weird
like 18
boxes.
cargo bays. Which one do you want me in?
Technically, all of these are the same one.
Yeah, it's all the same cargo bay
So if you're on the floor of this one, you're all the way on the floor of this one.
levels.
Because this part right here is open all the way up to the top.
Oh, I don't
Not
want
the
to be in
one
the grunting Giza.
Well, it's the same one as the rest of them. There are balconies here, 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 and here, which later on you guys can convert to actual rooms if you want to. But
Oh, neat.
I kind of want to be on this balcony to watch it as they open it.
All right, so is this case? The case is locked, right?
yes,
And we have to figure out how to open it.
yes.
It's a digital lock.
So there is a number of mechanical pins holding the top in place, and at the center there is an alphanumeric keypad that appears to have the full basic alphabet and numbers 0 through 9.
Okay. Overcome.
How
so I
many
would say-
numbers?
So it's 0 through 9 and the full basic alphabet.
Yeah, I'm sorry. How many spaces?
It's 26 letters and 10 numbers.
How many
No,
pins
he's asking-
is what he's
he's
looking
asking-
for.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh no,
How
no,
many
it's
pins?
it's just it's just
Code
it's,
spaces.
it's just a blank screen. It doesn't tell you how many it is.
Oh.
Okay. So we need to get the safecracker and a computers expert.
Huh.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. A safecracker.
Yeah, I'm right here. What do you need? Got my lockpicking tools out.
Okay.
Is there a place where I can see an actual lock where I can look for how many pins?
So there
Or a
are
port.
there are bolted access panels on the outside that you imagine are probably some sort of maintenance or utility access to the inner workings of it. The number panel itself is just screwed on and could be removed for access behind it.
Before any of you organics touch it, can I dust it?
For prints?
Yeah.
I like that idea so much, I'm going to make it an easy check. We'll do a medical check, since that's what you do.
Medical check. Yep, I thought that's what it was. What is it? The check?
1 purple. Okay. You lift a full set of, like, you have a full human handprint.
But do I? So yes, I have a handprint. But do I see what numbers they were pushing?
Oh, you want to make it easier for that. I like that too. So yeah, you will eliminate a few of the keys, more than a few, and we'll decrease the difficulty of that. You point out the letters and numbers that have been hit.
All right. I think that is the maximum amount of skills I have. Apparently, being a bounty hunter and a doctor means you are good at forensics. I'll also add that fingerprint scan to my evidence storage.
Waz, you were going down a different path. What do you want to do?
You said I could take off the panel so I could see the mechanics behind it.
Yes, you have a number of different panels you can choose from. There's some on the side, some on the top, and then there is, the 4 bolts at the corners of the alphanumeric pad.
I'd like to see the access panel on the side first.
Okay. Roll me a skullduggery because it's lockpicking, and it's going to be a 1 red, 1 purple.
That one didn't open.
That one did open, but there's nothing inside of it that actually gives you access to anything. It appears that there's just multiple ways this case can be configured, and that's an empty compartment. Yasin, what is Clax doing?
He's going to be sitting up there with his metaphorical popcorn, just watching all this happen.
Okay. I see you're a few levels up, so you're trying to keep yourself at least somewhat distant.
I'm close enough to shoot it if I need to.
Okay.
But if it goes boom, I should be out of range.
Okay. I'm going to put you on the top floor. That's about as far away as you can get while still being able to shoot it. Probably still somewhat within range if the whole thing's a bomb, which you're pretty sure it's not. Okay. Dex. You got your pom-poms out? What you doing? Are you muted? Don't know it? Ghost. Okay. Randall.
Let's see. I was making quite the crowd around this locked case here, and I'm trying to debate if having too many people staring at it and trying to open it might actually make it worse than letting them.
In your expert opinion, it's not a bomb.
Okay.
So that you do know. Well, you are pretty sure. We'll put it that way.
Okay. So I tell them that I'm mostly sure it's not a bomb. Can I do a check through the hyperdrive to make sure that there's nothing else in the hyperdrive connected up to it?
So you want to leave this box and go all the way back to the hyperdrive? Yeah, you can do that. Roll me a 1 purple perception roll.
1 purple perception.
And while you're doing that, we're back to Painbot.
Let's see. So I already dusted it for Prince to make it easier. If he needs assistance with the computer's check, I'll give him that.
Okay. There is no more devices that you could find attached to the hyperdrive.
All right.
Waz.
And then I guess, yeah. If it was too much, I was also going to attempt to clean up the hyperdrive and make sure that it's good to go back into hyperspace, but I can wait till my next turn.
You got maintenance bots thrown over it, but sure. Waz, we're on you. You got this case in front of you. You've opened up a panel, done a little bit of exploratory. The pain bot's standing by to help you. How are you going to get this box open?
So the Paintbot has narrowed down the digital keypad.
Yep.
So it'd be better to run like some kind of script kiddie. I'm going to attack it computerly.
Okay. So you bust out your slicer tools. We're going to say that it does have a maintenance port you can plug into. So you said script, Kitty. So the way I interpret this is you are using tools that already exist on the device to try to break through security. Give me a 1 red, 1 purple, 2 blacks, unless you have something to mitigate security programs, and whatever boosts you can get from pain and/or spikes.
I have a data spike that gets me through the security programs.
Okay, then give me a 1 red, 1 purple.
I'm assisting.
And a boost for the pain bot.
Do I get another boost because he's already narrowed down my parameters for inputting it?
So I downgraded it once. But, I'll give you another boost, too. Just because, I want to move on with this. We're just about there. Okay. So beep, boop, beep. Lights all go green on the top, and the latch clicks. You can now pull the thing out of the thing.
What's in the box?
I don't know what it is.
You pull a device out of the box.
What is it?
Sheesh.
I'm going to chuck it out the...
No,
So-
we got to find out what it is first.
So there's
It's a MacGuffin. Stomp it.
there's what you pull out of it appears to have a receiver, some sort of, it's got like a numeric cipher on it, and then 2 cables that go to the edges of the box that were plugged into the hyperdrive, and what looks like a simple power relay.
Is it Imperial? Is there an Imperial, 1-800 number? Call me on the back?
You roll any advantages?
No.
No.
So it's unplugged right now, but it was plugged into the hyperdrive.
Mm-hmm.
And you said it's a receiver or a transmitter?
So there is it could be either or, but you rolled well enough that I'll say you're pretty sure it's a receiver. It might also transmit. It's obviously got some sort of code on it for receiving, and it's plugged into basically a light switch that those 2 cables were plugged into.
So it's probably a kill switch for if they had to come find us.
That is a logical deduction.
I'd imagine. Yep.
So we should lock this up and keep it for future use, because that's kind of useful, and we should also make sure it's not transmitting. Because I don't think it can transmit, but I'm not 100%. Is there a check I
Power
can do?
to it.
It's not currently transmitting. We'll say that for certain.
I mean, if we just put it in a lead box, it's safe, right?
You just chuck it out the fucking window.
And we want to
But we
keep
could
it.
use it. Yeah.
This is proof.
You don't even know how. All right, figure out how it works exactly,
All right.
and then I'll be
You
comfortable.
plug in
keeping it.
this side and this side, and it's a kill switch. You just have to know how to control it.
If you make
We don't have that control.
If you make a 1 red mechanics check, one of you can try to pull the batteries out.
I will
I handed
boost.
to I handed to Randall. Oh, the motherfucker left, didn't he?
He sure did. Just you down there. Captain's talking to you over comms. He's looking at you through a camera. Clax is pointing at you with a minigun.
You said 1 red mechanics.
Yeah. I mean, if you chuck it in the air, it'll probably go away.
Oh, man, I want to scream boom right now, Rob.
I thought you were going to say you're going to scream pull, because if you throw it in the
I
air,
can't get. I can't get the batteries out.
how would you like to spend your 3 advantage?
Can I know that it doesn't have batteries?
It does have batteries.
Ah, damn it. Yeah, no, they're stuck. This is beyond. I'm a doctor, damn it. I'm a doctor, damn it.
Please perform surgery on this device.
By the way, Captain, we should probably get out of here, because
Yep. Throw that motherfucker out the window and let's go.
you throw it up in the air and say pull.
Clax, do you want to make a 1 purple gunnery check?
gonna shoot inside my ship.
It'll be good for morale.
We're in space. You better hit it.
3 success, 1 advantage, 1 triumph.
You fucking nailed that thing.
1 triumph. Everyone gets a boost on their next check because it was good morale and everyone has a good laugh.
Tinnitus.
All right.
Mwop. Mwop.
All right. Where you want to go?
I want to make I want to have the astromech droid make an astrogations check to Hisson.
Harrin. Harrin.
Hearing.
Okay.
Hearing.
Well, make a check. It's 1 purple. You're already in the lane, so you didn't even like pull onto the shoulder. You're just in the middle of the highway.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. Green and 2 yellows. You said 1 purple?
Yep.
On the road again. Oh my god, we're how does that happen?
All right.
Well, we're not going to Heron. We probably are going to Hisson.
So
I don't know where Hisson is, but that is where we're going.
red or blue?
Blue.
Okay. Would you rather be accurate or fast?
Oh shit. I'd rather be accurate. I don't have much fuel.
Nope. All right. So where you going? You get there quick, but you're like when you drop out of hyperspace. If Heron is the 4th planet in the system, you're at like the 12th. You're way out on the edge of the system.
Oh boy. Well, gents, I done did fuck up. It's gonna be a little bit. Sorry.
If time is an organic construct, I don't really care.
So is caring about your foot.
Right? Don't care. Don't care about time. Care about body.
I hope you guys don't need any medical attention anytime soon, because I will be very happy to provide it.
Yeah, that never happens. This party never needs medical attention. Okay, you're on the edge of the system. Is there anything you'd like to do here?
Let's see if the system's controlled by the Imperials.
Yeah, are we close enough to use the holonet?
Oh, absolutely. You tap into the local holonet, listen to the local radio and TV stations, and the world is in a transition period. So this world has it has stayed somewhat loyal to the Empire, but since the Empire has not, stuck around, they've decided to transition to being a independent system. It's basically the local governor was like, we're Imperial, and the Imperials were like, yeah, you're not really important. And he was like, fuck, okay, we're independent.
He has the resources to do that?
Not really, no.
Okay. So this is not a New Republic kind of place.
Not at this moment, but it's also not an Imperial planet. Also, since the Imperials didn't stick around, there's very little in the way of law enforcement on this planet, and it's also a trade hub. Like, it's a major trade hub, so it's got a ton of traffic. It's chaos.
Chaos that I can carry my big gun at.
So we need fuel?
You don't need fuel. This is just a standard stop station. So, like, when you go to trade lanes, what makes them fast is you stop at set waypoints and you have coordinates for other waypoints. And you don't have to do all these round and about calculations and stop really far away like you did here. You're able to make really fast jumps. But it does mean you have to stop at certain points along the way. Someone's chomping. Who's chomping?
Sorry,
Oh, okay.
I'll mute.
Hey, Mr. Clean, can you take a look at that astromech droid? I'm wondering if they might have fucked with his math a little bit
Yeah,
when they
yeah.
had him.
Send it back to the workshop. I'll have a look at him.
All right, you go down to the workshop and get checked out. Beep boop.
Yep, it's gonna beep boop at you.
Blame it on the droid. All right, so I guess we're gonna scoot in close. I'm gonna keep driving. You said the fuel situation is that we do have some. We have a little bit.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, we gotta get fuel anyway, so we're gonna pull up.
Okay.
Do I need to make a piloting check from here?
It depends on whether you want to do anything out of the ordinary. If you're just waiting in the queue to refuel from an orbital depot, then no. Technically, your droid could even have managed the basic maneuvers, but he's back getting his head screwed back on.
Right. I mean, just
You're also on kind of a time constraint. I want to point that out to you guys. Like, you've had to stop twice in Hyperstar along the way so far. So, and you only had a couple of extra days to get to your destination. Now, with that said, you're here, right?
yeah.
The start point of the convoy is here.
All right, so yeah, let's refuel and then jump.
Is the convoy supposed to come through here?
The convoy is going to come through there. No, sorry, the convoy is probably going to stop at Yagdudal. I just can't pronounce this name right here. YAG apostrophe DHUL.
Yagdul.
Yeah, duel.
Yagdul. Anyway, that planet is where they would actually stop because they need to hang a left onto the Carillion trade
Expressway.
spawn. Yeah.
All right, so we can jump to Yagdul and then chill.
You could if you wanted to intercept the convoy.
But they're gonna start in
getting
Thyfera?
Can someone update me on what our current mission is?
Oh,
So we're trying to. Go ahead, Payne. Give me your version.
Shut up, Payne.
the you remember we got locked up, and then we kind of broke out, and then we got caught, but then we got given some nice drinks that I didn't get to taste because I can't taste. And they offered us the Empire offered us a job to go steal a ship with some scientists on it from a convoy. And optionally, we could kill the entire convoy, but we did have to make it look like the Zon Consortium had done it. But even though there was great payment and reward offered to do this, as well as clean slates and new ship tags, the captain has waved a morality flag and said that we should not do this. We wasted a lot of time talking about doing it, and now we don't have enough time to plan it, so we're going to have to come up with a different plan. At which point, I have shown that I've gathered evidence of the Empire attempting to do this dastardly deed, and now we're looking for New Republic people to report this to.
So
I'm totally on board with this.
killing everyone else was not optional. Just so we're clear.
I rescind that statement as I did play a recording of the entire event.
Yeah, so we do need to. We were supposed to kill everybody. So, so what I think the plan is now is to go to Yagdul or Thyfera, where this convoy is supposed to be, and we're gonna hail them, and then we're gonna tell them about Lady Jara's plan, and hopefully we're gonna join up with them for a little bit and probably get some protection from the Imperials that are undoubtedly going to attack us, or probably put us on a kill on sight list. We're gonna work for the New Republic from now on, guys.
Yay! I am super happy and excited for this moral choice we have made.
You're worried about the money, but I'm telling you, like in this new republic, they're gonna need crews like us. But there'll be money, there'll be fuel. We'll keep this bird flying. But I'm not gonna work for the No Imperials.
I
And the
have
Hutt,
complete faith in your
Hutt's gonna
abilities,
fuck us
Captain.
up.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just-
and the lady offered to sell us where that piece of shit Hutt that fucked us over was.
New Republic could help us out too. You don't know. For this information, we could trade.
So
They
could
have to know that they
Bulaman-
need it.
I'm partial of Bulaman and his Hut guy. He's never fucked us over.
Blue Lamont.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blue Lamont.
Still, a Hutt is a Hutt is a Hutt. Let's try the New Republic and see how it works out.
We got to make contact first.
I wonder
True.
if Blue Lamont has a brother. Blue DeJean. Nothing.
Uh,
That was fucking solid.
womp womp.
It was pretty
I
good.
tested that in my protocols, and it seemed like it was a good joke. Fucking organics.
I still think you need a good once over.
I think you need a good fucking once-over.
Just
Very
just a
intimidating.
thought: if this is a trade hub that we're at right now for refueling, wouldn't there be like a tariff control or like the local patrol cop or something who, based on where we are, is probably New Republic that we could ask to talk to?
So, Heron has declared itself independent. And while it doesn't have the military might to challenge anyone, it still has enough TIE fighters to discourage the New Republic from simply coming in and claiming the system. Also, the New Republic at this stage isn't actively invading worlds unless they hold strategic value. And while this is a trade hub, there are 3 trade hubs side by side here that they could use. So they don't actually need this planet. So
I would also point out that the information and evidence we have, if not delivered to the appropriate time and place, is useless and invaluable, or not valuable. Yeah, just not valuable. The captain's idea of seeking out the convoy and delivering the information to them while also offering support and receiving it, of course, is not terrible.
with that said, part of your initial briefing, because I know most of you are not familiar with this stage of the Star Wars Legends lore, Typhera is under the control of an Imperial warlord with a Super Star Destroyer. And, well, sorry, it's not an Imperial warlord. She technically considers herself independent, and she will sell at an incredibly high rate the Bacta that is needed to cure the virus she created, because she wants to bankrupt the New Republic, amongst other things she's doing. So, that's an amazing distraction right there.
Sorry.
It's all
It's a
good.
puppy. It's a cute puppy.
So, you wouldn't want to jump straight to Typhera unless you felt comfortable dealing with a crazy ex-Imperial warlord with a Super Star Destroyer.
And that
I'm just pointing.
that's
I
what
might
the
be at
convoy is
the
gonna
gun,
be.
but
I'm-
I'm not
I'm-
going to put that much faith in my ability.
I'm only pointing it out because the captain was sitting here like he's drawing a path straight to Typhera on the map.
Is Typhera, is that where the convoys? Is that where we know the convoy's going to stop?
That is the source of all Bacta in the galaxy, which is the start point of the convoy. We know it's stopping at Yagdol, which is right next to where you're at. That was where I thought you originally said you wanted to go.
Do
Okay,
we
so
know where
Yagdul would be where we want to go.
Yes,
Do we know where the ultimate destination of this convoy is?
Coruscant. It plans on taking the trade lanes from where it's at now to Coruscant.
But we want to get it in the beginning in case she hires someone else to do the same thing.
Right.
She didn't seem stupid enough to just put all her eggs in our basket.
Yeah.
And she
And
already
she's
sabotaged
betrayed
us,
us.
so...
I was
Right.
about to say she totally trusted you. That's why she put the spy droid and the cutoff into your system. That, by the way, that droid only activated because you guys were talking in front of it about betraying the mission. That's metagame.
Not you guys. Not you guys. Specific people were doing that. Not all of us. Some of us were totally in on this. Some of us were not against doing this.
So I'm gonna ask the dummy question here. Did you verify that droid didn't have some sort of transmitter?
They were in
You mean before we blew it to pieces?
They were in hyperspace. And one of the more solid rules in the Legends lore is that you can't transmit while in hyperspace unless you have a hypercom.
It's not like we fell out of hyperspace.
You did after the droid was destroyed. All right, so you guys, is that your plan? You ready to go?
Yeah, I think we're gonna chill at Yagdul and wait for this convoy.
Okay. We can make this happen. Go ahead and give me another astrogation check.
Come on, droid. Get your fat butt back up here.
Doing everything on the droids.
You got a problem?
No.
I'm sure that when I get damaged and I come to you, you're going to make me pay. With pain.
I got some new things. I got some new medicines I've been working on.
Scares the living shit out of me.
I found an
what's the
antiquated
astrogation?
recipe.
You're going from one system on a trade route to another. It's going to be one purple.
I found an antiquated recipe for a muscle relaxant and lubricant.
Alright. So, the R2 seems to be working better.
Okay.
So I'm gonna radio down and thank the good man.
Yeah.
Mr. Clean.
Thank Mr. Clean for the droid doing a good job. Of course, that's exactly what you should do.
That is exactly what I'm doing.
And he totally takes credit for it. I mean, after all, he did take the thing apart and put it back together. I mean, that must have fixed whatever it was. He couldn't really find anything wrong with it, but, it must have fixed it.
Yep. Turn it off, turn it back on again. Good IT.
You drop out of hyperspace. It's a lot quieter than you expected it to be, considering where it's at.
I'm gonna check to see if we're in the right spot.
You are in the right spot.
And that is Clax's cue to climb down into a turret.
Okay.
So there's supposed to be a planet here?
So there is a planet here. I just remember I've lost all my maps from today. So this is one of those maps that should exist but does not because shit happened. There is a planet here. It's a high gravity, high density planet, so there's 4 times Earth normal gravity on the planet, so most humanoids don't go to the surface. The weather's also pretty much shit. Most of the trade is done in a space station in orbit.
Track it.
There are a few freighters coming in and out of the system.
Waz wants to travel to the surface of the planet and train so badly.
He would live for approximately 5-6 minutes.
Wow. Even suited up?
I mean, if he wore a respirator for atmosphere, he'd probably be okay for a while. But yeah, no, you can't breathe down there either. And it's like being sprayed with a sandblaster. It's not a good system. Hold on, let me give you if I can remember the race that lives there, and I think I can. I'll shoot
Is it
something.
the Cuso?
No, I did not.
Well, they live entirely underground. What a crazy planet. Like worms.
Here we go.
As you say that, the Geonosian is going to yell at you, "Hey, I live underground."
I dropped
Okay. Are there
something
worms there?
in the Edge of the Empire Discord.
Whoa. Okay.
Does not discourage Waz. Still wants to go train.
How do I become a sad skull person?
Skeletor.
Sadator.
Senator.
All right.
Okay,
I'm
so
just really pleased I could remember that off the top of my head.
I guess I'm gonna scoot in around this asteroid to get over to the space station,
Okay.
and I'm gonna kind of just listly park because we're all fueled up, right?
Okay. When you come in, they're going to still offer you docking services. They have shopping and restaurants and cantinas, and it's a way station. It's designed for freighter crews to stop over.
Truck stop.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. On steroids, but that's what it is.
Are there any other ships? Can I scan to see if any New Republic ships are around?
Absolutely. Give me a 3 purple computers check to scan the whole system.
Good thinking.
Okay. All right. So you start an active scan and you scan the whole system. A couple of the ships are really weary of the fact that you've been scanning them, and you agitate a couple of the closer ones. Not enough for them to attack you or anything, but you get some harsh words over the comm. You may not have won any points with them. However, you also ID 6 signals on the edge of the system, and they come back as A-wing starfighters, and they are flying New Republic colors, but that meaning they have an IFF that says they are New Republic ships.
We want to reach out to those guys, Captain. I found some ships for us. These are New Republic guys. They're a bunch
they
of
flying?
A-wings. They got a bunch of
A-wing.
A-wings way out there.
Fighters, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like they're going to go to a convoy or something.
They could be a part of the convoy. Keep an eye on them, I guess. How
You
far
don't-
out are they?
They're within comms range, but they're not real close to us. Those guys over there are not happy with us. Do you know what he said over the comms?
What'd they say?
Said some kind of bantha and your mother. I wasn't listening to you. I was trying to scan some more things.
Oh man, trolls. All right. Well, listen. Yeah. Keep an eye on the A-wings for a little bit. See if any bigger ships join them. Because we're looking for a frigate. You remember the ID?
Nope.
That's not a frigate.
So, the frigate you were looking for was what you were supposed to steal to attack the convoy with. Interceptor frigates.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a tanker.
Yes.
The Azure Dream is a tanker.
Yes, you're looking for a convoy of tankers, one of which will be the Azure Dream.
Right. Okay. So all of them are tankers.
Yes. One of the things I lost was an awesome tanker model, so I'm going to use a generic token. All right. So you're just going to wait here?
Yeah, I
here,
guess keep scanning, but leave those guys alone.
I got the call button right here. I just have to push it down and start talking.
I don't
You
think
can
we
start
want the
talking.
I don't think we want the A-wings.
We were looking for somebody New Republic. I found them. Come on.
I mean,
Well,
buzz
you-
them if you want.
Ask
What are you
around in
gonna
the
say?
space station. Excuse me, A-wing pilots. We have evidence right here that a convoy is going to be attacked by the Imperials. I mean, it's kind of aggressive, but it's what we're here for. I feel like 6 A-wings is better than a entire tanker parade.
I guess you could ping them and see if they could pass us on. Like, find the 1-800 number to call. They might know it. Might be on, like, their union card.
So you want me to contact a A-wing pilot and say, "Excuse me, do you know the number for 911?"
I don't think it's, like, 911, but... I mean,
you're
like...
also you're the captain, so say, "Hey, A-wing, who's your captain? We have some questions. We're trying to run from the Imperials and heard that you guys are cool." Not untrue.
Very, it's true. That it's not. Okay, hold on. I'm thinking. I think we can just hang out here until we find some tankers. I don't want to buzz them too early, especially these guys who have no idea if they're even a part of the convoy.
So,
You know what I'm saying? So if we alert them and they're not a part of it, they're just going to come buzz us and then might delay us to the point where we can't get with the tankers. So I think we should just
and with the way
chill.
bureaucracy works, they would literally blame us for that.
Yeah,
So,
right.
Yeah, I agree. The captain's right. We need to...
You got to report it to the right agency.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to chill. Keep scanning. Don't scan those guys. The guys that are angry already. Can you do that?
Yep. I understand my mother smells of bantha oil.
I think he was talking about my mom, but don't take it personally.
I would guess both your mothers probably smell bantha oil. Thank God I don't have an olfactory sensor.
No, but your mama smelled like motor oil.
I have no mother.
Burn.
Thank you for noticing.
Does that upset you that you don't have a mom? Or did I don't understand you. You're so strange.
I don't have feelings. How would I get upset by that, Captain?
You do have feelings, because apparently you're like miffed that we were going to cut your leg off.
So you're saying I have feelings, that you say insulting things like that to me.
I'm trying to understand how you feel, because you don't feel bad about murdering a bunch of people, but you do feel bad if I insult a mom that you'd never had.
No, I didn't feel bad about you insulting a mother I didn't have. How would I feel bad about that?
Okay, you got miffed about it. You had
Did
a
I?
retort. It sounded like it.
I have a retort for everything.
That's very true. This banter, though, I enjoy this.
Turn that retort protocol down by 13%.
I don't think he's going to allow anybody to turn up or down anything. He's not going to let anybody check his little brain. It's not going to happen.
I think I'm done. I think I'm done letting you organics fiddle around with my insights.
I put your brain in a different chassis.
And I appreciate that.
I feel like I'm therefore your father.
Whoa.
Well,
right?
Based on organic history, don't the young kill their parentage in the end?
What?
My father's still alive.
You have not murdered your father yet?
No.
I'm not sure what sort of organic history you're talking about there.
There's a significant number of instances of patricide. Yes, that's pretty consistent.
When you say significant, do you mean greater than 0.5%?
Right? Like, the chances of that happening. Some of our best stories involve patricide for all organic life?
The ones I read, yes.
Okay. Huh. I didn't read those.
Yeah.
Did you go to the patricide section in the bookstore?
I did.
Oh, okay. That makes sense then.
Okay. There's technically a minute left on the clock, but I feel like you guys have exhausted most of your stuff. there's an aggressive beeping from the. That's not that aggressive. From the sensors, and some ships drop out, and the hyperlane.
Captain, would you like me to forward them the information packet I have put together?
Ooh, what have you put together? Can I proof it before you send it?
No.
I guess you're gonna just send it then, aren't you?
Yes, they did.
I felt like proofing it was probably a good call.
I know, right?
So it's a PowerPoint presentation that I put together detailing all the evidence of what we were hired to do, and then 50% of the conversations we had about why we weren't going to do it, with none of me in them.
What the fuck? Don't send them that. We didn't even fucking ask for anything. We haven't told them who we are yet. You're just gonna send them this free information. What kind of espionage droid are you?
Oh, I'm not. I'm a doctor.
You're a doctor with needles in his hands. I completely misjudged you. I thought you were you were somebody else.
I really just don't want them to shoot us out of the sky. And I feel like if we try to do any talking, it's going to go poorly because one of you assholes will say something wrong, and then we'll have 2 empires out to kill us. This at least means that this one won't kill us. Maybe they'll let us help them.
You got to remember that I can talk to people. You know.
Yes, but I've given you an opening, and now you can do the selling. And they've given away your merchandise, but...
Did you send him the handprint?
I did.
You just gave it all up, huh? No deep throat for you.
It's beautifully put together, too.
Whose handprint we just sent?
It didn't come up when I scanned it, so I'm guessing no, we don't.
Okay, I guess, Waz, can you hail them? Hail those tankers. See if they're New Republic first. He could have just spammed that video to some poor fucks. Whoa, who this?
I was just assuming there were A-Wings coming towards us, and I didn't want to get shot anymore.
Oh, man.
What's the difficulty to scan the new things?
The freighters? How deeply do you want to scan them?
I would like to identify if they are New Republic. That's what my captain just told me. Actually, no. I'm gonna do a more passive scan because I got yelled at by my mother was insulted. So
can I just look out the window and see if one of them says "It's your dream"?
I mean, that's a little bit too long for you to see, even as a droid. As far as scanning them goes, give me a 1 purple computers check to check their IFFs. That's the only piece of information you're looking for, is whether or not they are New Republic.
correct.
Okay. Okay. You do not recognize the IFF codes they're using. It's not in your ship's database. Comes up as unknown.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're not.
Closer.
You want me to just hail them because we already opened a line of communication and sent them a PowerPoint presentation?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing they're going to do after a few minutes, this is going to take you guys a minute to undock and turn around and start moving towards them. By the time you've done all of that, they're going to have started to accelerate. All the ships, just a few moments after you send that transmission, are going to go to full burn. They're making for the edge of the system. And one of the green squadron pilots is going to veer off towards your ship.
Hail that guy.
Green Squadron pilot, identify yourself. Please.
Oh, there's so many things I want to say here.
Quax is currently spinning up his gun just in case.
I gotta be honest. I feel like what you should have said there was, "Can we please come with you? Because these people are going to kill us, and we'd like to tag with you guys."
I just love the fact that he's like, "Here's your identification, Green Squadron. Now identify yourself." Like he's you,
There's a lot of retards in this group.
called them by their
I'm one of
identifier and then said, "Identify yourself."
I want to know his name. I want to know his backstory. I want to be his buddy. Actually, no, I'm not that guy. I don't want to be his buddy. I want to. I want to talk to him. Hello, Green Squadron pilot. Did you get our message?
This is Lieutenant Rated with the New Republic. Proto Shadow, you sent a very interesting transmission to the convoy. We would like to know your intentions.
We would like to stop you. We would like to stop. We would like to ensure that your convoy makes it to its final destination successfully. We would like to help defend you against the threat versus the Empire. Also, here's my captain now.
Also, just because that was amazing. So go ahead and roll. You know what? I'm going to roll it behind the screen. You can't possibly go bad. You'll be fine. What's your charm?
So it's deception. I should not be doing it.
Is it deception? Do you not want to help them?
That's not who I am. Charm them. My charm is 2 purples.
Mm-hmm. With an automatic advantage, apparently. Okay.
Don't forget the one from earlier.
My morale boost.
You might need that.
Lieutenant Rayner?
You know, you should think, Sin. Since watching this stream, I think he knows what just happened. So that's 1 success, 1 threat. So the pilot's like, all right. Yeah, we appreciate all the help we can get. You want to fall in with the convoy, Proto Shadow?
Yes, sir, Lieutenant Ray. We'll do that.
All right. So he gives you a formation where you can pull in and bring up the rear of the convoy. He stays behind you.
Okay.
Like you notice that as the ship pulls into formation, like he's on your 6 in your turret's blind spot the entire time.
Okay.
And
Which one of these is the...
now
there
that we are in convoy, Clax is going to ask for somebody to get the back gun because they might be needed.
Yeah, who's going to gun up?
I will walk back there and look at the comms like I made a terrible mistake with my life.
Okay, so
I'll take the co-pilot seat.
as you fall into formation, the lieutenant sends you an updated data packet. It's a bunch of forms for the New Republic. The first 60 pages is mostly registration forms for your ship. And then there's another 100 pages of filling out for a ad hoc security contract to help provide escort for the convoy.
I start filling those out with my handy dandy data pad that I stole.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's
I don't
that
even have to be
contract
told.
good for? Does it stipulate what the price is?
So it does not give you an actual price. It does say something pretty vague about combat pay, though.
Of course it does. Hey, start redlining that. If there's any indemnity stuff, insurance information, if they're looking for backlog of taxes and shit, just redline all of that. We're not gonna go through this shit.
I smile and nod and continue filling it out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you get coordinates to jump with the convoy. You guys jump away. We're gonna montage this. So there's scenes of Payne filling out forms, of Dex making jump after jump after jump after jump with the convoy. Waz eventually gets bored and starts beating up on the droids in the cargo bay. Clax fully disassembles and reassembles his gun 9 times. Randall probably makes a bomb. That's everybody, right? No.
Can we
Yeah.
talk about this then? Is everybody okay with doing this? Now that we've done it and it's no going back?
I'm very happy.
I didn't think we had an option, so I just, they say if you can't beat them, join them.
Right, I get you.
I read that.
Now that we're in
I read
formation,
that
though,
right after I read about the children killing their parents.
you think you could blow these guys up?
Do what?
Do you think you could do it now? Just
I
blow
have
them all
a
up?
finger on the torpedo button right now.
I'm super proud of you for not shooting them. That's what I'm getting at, I guess.
My
I thought you were
finger
just gonna
twitches.
get into the gunner, but I'm so glad that Waz
Start
did it. I
lighting
thought
them
you
up.
were gonna go. Yeah, I thought you were just gonna start lighting them up. It's the
Planted, my
perfect
plan
end,
succeeded.
right?
No, I haven't gotten as far as I wanted to get yet.
Oh, okay.
I was waiting for a diversion. Like actual people show up to do the heist, and then I just start picking them off.
I'm
We
gonna
have that
lock
big
the guns
tractor
down.
beam thing. That thing should be awesome. Just pull one ship into another ship, domino that shit.
Well, I'm glad you're doing updated documentation then. And Waz is in
Yes.
the gutter.
I've signed you up for everything.
Please don't. I just got a notification. They're calling me about my ship's extended warranty. Stop putting my phone number on this thing. I told
Whose
you to
phone number should I
redline
put?
these documentations.
You guys,
Did
you guys drop out of hyperspace around Corellia, and you have 467 notifications in your email that are all related to things like, hey, if you need this part, or if you need this special blue pill, or if you need X, Y, and Z. And your mail was not this cluttered before. You have no idea what happened.
Also, when the
No.
captain says that he told me to redline everything, I will play a recording back of the captain saying, "Do not redline everything." It's clearly spliced.
Yeah, why would you do that?
You told me not to.
Amongst all of this all of these things you get, your astromech, because I don't think Payne would do this, brings up a bulletin of clacks. It says wanted 500 credits, skipping bail, in the system that you're in right now.
Flags.
Wait, is that a bounty?
It is a bounty.
Oh,
Hey, buddy, we
Huh.
gotta talk.
This is about the guy I killed that I told you about. You were there, and you decided we were leaving. This was post-heist.
I understand. We gotta take care of this, man. 500 credits. They're gonna pay us 500 credits for you? Or you just need to pay 500 credits and your name's cleared?
He's a bail.
Question.
He's a bail jumper. It's a bounty.
question. So I shoot them and then I get the bounty. How does it know I killed them?
Tavi takes care of uploading all of the information and giving you your cut of the bounty. This did not come through.
Right.
This did not come through Tavi though, because it's not.
Oh, damn it.
It's not pricey enough to be worth the time of that organization.
Okay, so I'd literally have to drag his carcass in.
Yes. Also, you're about to go through customs.
I couldn't fake it.
I think we have a Corellia map.
Oh, fuck.
Perhaps
Corellia
that
is
is,
customs.
I think that
Captain-
is the cue for Clax to try to find a vent to hide in.
Yeah, maybe we should contact the guys in charge of the convoy and be like, hey, obviously we've made some mistakes in life and we're trying to make them better. We got a bounty on one of our guys for like 500. Can we just pay that and get it over with? Or what was he in trouble for again?
He killed a man.
That happens all the time. We just saved everybody. I mean, like,
Yeah, that
obviously,
happens all the time. Killing organics
numbers-
is no big deal at all.
the numbers outweigh, one guy versus how many people are in this convoy, right?
I don't think it's how that works, Captain.
It's math.
I mean, like, I agree with you, but I also know that you don't agree with you, so...
Well, this is a bureaucracy. If you can prove that like worth over not worth it, positive versus negative,
Well, I guess
they
good
can
luck.
take this. Yeah.
Good luck. Good news though, we could make $500, which means this
Can I,
trip
like-
is not an entire waste.
Can I negotiate
Plax
for
is
this?
going to go and find that lovely vent he can fit in and snuggle his blaster again. And he's just going to sit there and wait.
Okay.
Yeah, can we get Lucy to make sure that he's nice and well hidden?
Okay, so Corellia marks the halfway point. Clax is hiding himself in a vent. Did you guys actually call the A-Wings and say that thing you wanted to say?
I asked
Yeah.
the captain if I could.
Yeah.
Okay, who's doing it?
I'm gonna
I
do a
want to.
negotiate.
Oh, damn it.
Before you do that, what are you going to say to the convoy escort?
So I'm gonna say, hey, it's gonna be a little squeaky trying to get through customs. We've done some stuff in the past that we regret. We're trying to make a better path forward. Hopefully you can help us out. But I've got a guy here that's wanted. it's 500 credits for the bounty. But I think, we're trying to be progressive here, and hope you can help us out going through customs.
Proto Shadow, when you realize that this is Imperial Customs and we're rebel fighters, right? We weren't actually planning on using our real identities.
I did not understand that. Feel like an asshole. Okay, thanks. Carry on.
Just try not to get boarded.
Okay, get on the guns,
Captain,
fellas.
Captain. We'd just like to point out, we're kind of marked by the Imperial forces. What with the information we just gave them, I'm pretty sure they should even be aware of how marked we are. You might want to point out that this may not be a stay under the radar kind of thing.
Yeah, they might realize that too. But I'll go ahead and
Sound
tell
like
him.
they realize that.
So do I stay hiding or do I get back in my gun turret?
We need
I'd
you on
go with
gun.
the gun turret. Yeah. If we get boarded, it's over.
All right, Lieutenant Ray. We might have to fight our way out of this. Just letting you know. This is going to get messy.
Wait, what? Why?
Good.
What do you know that I don't?
I re-forward that packet I sent them the first time.
I don't know that anything in that packet would actually tip them off to this.
Oh, and I had the information for the Imperial officer who tried to get us to hijack this convoy. It's in the packet.
Uh-huh. You're missing
And
that
the
part
fact that-
we've talked about like 15 times where they're all different factions that don't cooperate or get along with each other of Imperials. And I even specifically
I
said...
don't know which faction she is.
Yeah, but I did tell you when you did the Corellia job that Corellia is its own faction.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Then we might be good, Captain. It's a different faction of Imperials. They don't like each other.
Yeah, but we did fuck up here once before, remember? And we are probably wanted here big time. So,
Hey, they had
just
no
blacks.
evidence of who did it and could not figure it out.
We could just give them plaques.
It's a 500 credit bounty. How much are they really trying to get him?
So
It seems like a weak bounty.
this
We'll
is
see.
this is
Yeah.
right. We're just going to run the blockade, and then he starts giving orders to his squad mates. He's like 2 and 3, go ahead and blow through the Imperial TIE Patrol. All freighters come to full thrust. We're just going to blow through customs. I'm not going to risk whatever the Proto Shadow has done holding up the convoy.
10-4, let's go.
So a bunch of
And this is where I enact my secret plan. No, I'm just kidding.
So a couple of the fighters skip forward and just start blasting at the unsuspecting TIE fighters. And they literally just clear a path through customs, and you guys coast by. Give me a piloting check to keep up with convoy. It's going to be 1 red.
Okie dokie.
I can give them a boost, right? Is there something I got to do that, though?
You can do a co-piloting check if you want.
Yeah. How do I do that again? 2 purple piloting. Okay.
Yep.
Give me a second. That
Downgrade that red
Okay.
to a purple, if he can do it,
if I have to successfully do it. Yeah,
which he did not.
it's not a success.
Will you stop touching that lever? I told you, it's all the way over here. You're reaching across. God damn it.
So the convoy, you stay up with its floodlight. There's a little bit of beeping from your console, and you watch the convoy go off into hyperspace and realize that you didn't actually input the coordinates.
Oh, fuck.
I
Oh,
thought you were
shit.
good at
He
this,
jumped
Captain.
too?
Yep.
Lieutenant Ray jumped too?
Everybody
Shit.
jumped. There are now some very pissed off TIE fighters heading your way, and you do have the coordinates. You just need to align the ship and jump if you want. Probably the best course of action.
Yeah, let's
Highly
do that.
recommend.
I'm gonna pop the astromech on the top of the head, and I'm gonna be like, "Yo, wake up! Is this a sleep mode or something? Let's go!"
Okay.
Yeah.
So you punch it, and you're going to the same coordinates because they did. That was what the beeping from the console was. They were providing you with coordinates.
Okay.
And you guys talk to yourselves for a moment while you're in hyperspace to your destination. You've passed the midway point.
I had a TIE fighter in the crosshairs. I wanted to shoot it. I was so excited.
You would have taken that out, man. You can go ahead and chalk that up as a kill.
I look at the captain. I'm like, have you seen him shoot? I don't know. I'm sure that's the case.
He's a straight shooter.
He's not even a shooter. He's a puncher.
It's not working the way it should.
So, Payne, when do you want to go ahead and enact the secret plan?
What secret plan? What's my deception
Evil
rule?
plan.
I just want you guys to know that if you try to take this convoy out at this point and not have done all of the super specific things you're supposed to do up to this point, you'll be rolling characters for the next session. Like it's epically no way you could possibly win that.
Especially since they filled out all of our information.
But more,
Yeah,
but more
I know
specifically,
exactly.
more specifically, I gave you guys like step by step the things you had to do. Even if you stole the ship and got the things you were supposed to get, you'd show up to this lady and be like, "So we didn't follow your directions. Here's the stuff. Oh, by the way, the New Republic's coming." And I'm sure that would totally go over super great.
Yeah. Well, fuck the Imperials.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah. I'm brown coating this motherfucker. I'm never gonna work for the Imps.
Hey, Dr. Randall, I was thinking if you made a bomb and then put it in the big gravity well generator, no, the big tractor beam, and just kind of left that bad boy out there, that would be awesome. Like a big old baridium charge. You're just whipping around with a...
So use the tractor beam to sling a bomb into somebody?
Yes, please.
That sounds like...
Don't... Isn't that just like... I mean, why wouldn't you just get a torpedo?
Imagine if you could get them to, like, fly around us in orbit. Be an Oort cloud of baridium charges.
Oh my goodness. Wouldn't
We
that's
just
pretty-
fucking...
Would they all go?
think it would
When
kill
they,
us.
when,
Also
when
the
they,
tractor
when they
beam,
all-
so they're like you're juggling them around the ship.
when they're in a
Right.
perfect sphere around the ship, and then when they all go off, they compress the ship into a diamond.
Yes, that's how I want to go out.
It's like-
These
it's like,
guys
it's
do
like,
not look friendly.
I've almost disabled one of them before with one shot. It's fine.
Almost disabled.
It's a trap?
Just kidding. I think it's a patrol, maybe?
So you guys drop out of hyperspace at the next point. It's just a satellite in space. There isn't supposed to be anything here, but except for freighters. But there is an Imperial patrol, and as soon as the ships drop out of hyperspace, as if they knew exactly where you were going to be, the heavy ion cannon from the Raider 2 hits the first tanker dead on and just instantly disables it, and it's just floating sideways, electric sparks and shit coming off of it. And the A-Wings divide up and move to engage, and they're like, defend the convoy! And off they go.
All right. We're going to dip to the side and hopefully protect the tankers.
Okay, so you straddle up next to the Azure Dream.
Yep.
Okay.
We are its shield.
Yeah, put shields out on the left-hand side, please.
All right. Is that me doing a boost shields?
If,
To battle stations.
everyone give me initiatives. This will be your vigilance. You did not know you were going to be in a fight.
Nope.
Right, 0-1.
2-2.
3-0.
1-0.
0-2.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Not bad. It's player, 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 enemy, enemy, player, enemy. I need one more roll for a bad guy. And we're just going to stick him on the end. Okay. Let's see if I can keep track of this.
I'm not on that list. I'm 1-0.
Yeah, where that list isn't up to date. Oh, someone's doing it. I almost deleted everything.
It's not me.
So I got a 0-1, a 0-2, and a 0-1. And I put the other guy at the very end.
Alright, so baddies are 0-1, 0-2, and one at the very end?
0-1, well, 2 0-1s, 1 0-2, and then I put one on the end because I forgot to roll for him. My list is already made, so I didn't want to roll him again. It's not digital like yours is. I'm writing it down in a notebook.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and I need the allies to go, so I guess they'll go at the end.
Lieutenant Ray.
Alright, does that look right?
Player. Yep, that's right. That's totally right. All right. You do not have to go when your names are listed. Remember, the way the system works, if you want to trade out spots, you absolutely can. It's just player, 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 and then enemy. So.
Okay. Well, I moved. Do you want me to go ahead and roll my piloting check to get from one side to the convoy to the other?
No, I asked you for initiatives after you moved, so you can take a turn.
Just thought it would be fair. Okay, so oh yeah, I'm going to. Can I gain the advantage?
In a freighter. So,
all right, I'm going to do fire discipline.
Okay, fire discipline's a good thing you can do. You'd have had to explain how gain the advantage worked in a freighter because that boggles the mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll your.
So that's a three purple leadership check.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. All right, gents, they're coming fast and low.
Ooh. So you rolled a triumph. So I'll give you a couple of choices with that triumph. With that triumph, you can tick down the number of rounds it would take to calculate an astrogation check, by 1, or you can have reinforcements arrive for the good guys, or anything else that you think a triumph would be worth we can talk about.
Is there any way that the blue tanker over here could get back under control, or is it fucked?
For a triumph, I'll let them regain control. They'll have some miracle worker on their crew that sticks chewing gum in the engine and it suddenly starts working.
Excellent.
Okay. Who's up next?
Waz. Or somebody else.
Do I have a shot?
Are you in a gun?
I'm on the back gunning.
Okay. So Waz is in the back gun. I'm going to start writing these down because it is kind of important. The closest TIE fighters will be in range. So sure. You can take shots at the first group. I'm going to call it 1 red, 1 purple. Gunnery check. I don't think they have shields.
I can aim at it though.
They're standard ties. They don't.
They do. They're not. There's no such thing as standard ties in this campaign. They do not though. I have a problem with standard ties. Unless you throw 100 of them at a target, they don't do anything.
Sometimes that's nice. Did anybody put shields up yet?
I'm gonna.
What's your
Actually, either I will or Randall will.
what's your damage, Waz?
7.
Okay. -3 is 4. Okay. Clax, you're the next official up unless you want to let someone else do anything.
I'm actually going to let someone throw up the shields before the baddies start firing at us.
Okay. Who wants to do it?
Randall, you want to get that one since you're more likely to succeed? I think that one's mechanics.
Yeah. Yeah, mechanics is boosting shields. Yes. I'll move the shields.
You want to angle?
I'm going to do...
No, whoops.
Why is it
Wow.
whoops? Was that not your
Well,
check?
No, that's definitely my check, but yeah.
Okay. How would you like
Shows
to
how well
spend your
it
3
is.
advantage?
I guess I'll.
Here's a hint. Take 2 advantage so that you can use a maneuver after your action, and use the maneuver to angle deflector shields, pulling the point on the friendly side to the point with the bad guys on it.
Yes, I will do exactly that.
Okay. Alrighty. Bad guy group number 1 is going to be this group of fighters that's closest. Actually, no. I've got 3 bad guy groups. I've got 4 bad guy groups. That should be right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so all the fighters go as 1. And they're going to engage the other fighters. So there's volleys of fire back and forth, and no one goes down yet. And it comes to Payne's turn.
I can give it up for Plax if he wants.
Yep. So, what distant ranges are we looking at for these fighters?
So right now we're going to call them a 1 purple and 1 red check as standard.
I have an ability that is long and extreme range, causes something to happen with the damage. That's why I'm asking that question.
Yeah.
I have
Your weapons don't have long and extreme range. So your cannons only have, I'm pretty sure, close range.
Okay. I was just trying to double check for that.
Yeah. That's primarily meant to be used when you're on foot. So, if you have a weapon that does long or extreme range in space, which is like incredibly rare, and I think the only extreme range weapon is the Death Star laser. Okay, but almost all starship weapons are between close and engaged. There's a few that are medium, like torpedoes.
What was that ion thing
That
Imperial
is
ship
one of the rare weapons. That's a medium-ranged heavy ion cannon. The entire ship of the Raider 2 Corvette is actually built around that cannon. So
That's sick.
it runs from the engine section all the way to the front. I wonder if you could see it on this model. Not really prominently. But the Raider Corvette is a fast ship built around a single heavy ion cannon, and it's got concussion missiles as its primary secondary armament, and then anti-starfighter cannons. It's built to do exactly this, or to protect from this. The whole point of the Raider is to either raid convoys or defend them from raids. So it's got anti-starfighter lasers, concussion missile launchers, and that big-ass ion cannon.
Damn.
Yep. They're cool little ships when you read up on them.
Okay, so I'm going to start just spray and praying into the closest thing I can destroy.
Okay. There's, TIE aggressors there. One of them's already been hit by WAS. So there you got those. One red, one purple. In the next engagement, it might go up a little bit because they're going to be engaged with friendlies, so you're going to have to worry about hitting friendlies.
Ooh, luckily, they haven't yet.
Nope, they're just exchanging fire at range right now.
So I have 2 success, 2 advantage.
Okay. The weapons do 6, I think. Yep, they do 6, so that's 8 total, minus 4, minus 3. So 5 more.
Do we have linked?
I don't think that these are doubles. Yeah, no, they're just singles. They don't have linked. They're just standard laser cannons. It's a freighter. They're not. These are pea shooters. So that's 5 extra. So this one's taking 9. Can it take 9? 100% can. Okay. That first fighter has taken several hits. Going on to baddie group number 2, which are going to be the Gazanti 1. And it's going to move up. And... You know what I didn't do? I didn't, because I lost all those pages, so I don't have that fact sheet. Alright, it's going to open fire on the convoy. I don't have something I need, and I'm trying to figure out how to deal without it. Give me a second. Need to go do some web searching. This is what happens when you prepare for a whole day and then all your stuff gets deleted 10 minutes before the session.
Check.
I'm still here. I'm just... There we go. I had to find this one card.
Gotcha.
Shit, these things are tougher than I thought. Forward mounted torpedo launcher. That's what I was looking for. Okay, well, they've got to get close first, and because of their speed, they're actually going to have to take their whole turn, both of them, just to get close enough to the convoy to be able to fire. So, they full burn in, And that's whoever was taking Randall's turn, which I think is Pain.
Yep.
Okay, that's your turn.
Spoofing missiles.
Spoofing missiles. Okay. There's no missiles being fired at the moment.
Mechanics. Right, but they will before my next turn.
Okay. You go ahead and spoof missiles.
Right? I mean, that's their plan.
That
I
might,
guess I didn't know that, but I was planning on spoofing missiles anyway.
I like it. You can do it.
All right. Successes. Guided quality. Upgrade their difficulty by 1 + 1 for every.
Advantage.
Yeah. Every 2 advantage. So upgrade by 1.
Okay.
That's okay. We got double shields and an upgrade.
Okay. So that makes the Raiders' turn up next. And it's going to move forward, and its ion cannon is slow firing, so that's not going to be a thing. Let's duplicate that, and then do this, and then do this. Would you believe a Raider Corvette is not one of the cards that we had available by default? I've also misplaced something. Sorry, guys. This is the downside of not being or having all your prep not here.
You're fine.
It's hard.
Yep,
To do,
all good.
It's hard to do this shit on the fly.
Yep.
Oh,
That's all right.
We're having that bug too. Some of the cards are bugged, which is also fun. I'll go back and watch this replay and be yelling at my screen. It's right there.
I knocked over Kizik's dice, and I felt bad and put him back. I'm sure I didn't put them back exactly the same. I'm sorry.
3 was at the top.
Damn it.
Oh, so close. There you go. 3's at the top now.
Can't find
What
it.
happens if you hit the bottom one?
It's not in that list. All right, we're just going. I'm gonna do it by memory. Okay. So they
Why does the pink one not do it?
not do what?
I can't flip it. It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Sorry.
The Raider 2 is going to fire missiles because that's what we're prepared for.
Yes.
And we're going to upgrade the difficulty. And you're going to watch the freighter in front of you explode into a million bits of floating debris and, bits of Bacta that, like, explode in the explosion, then freeze into instant, like, spheres of hardened, because it's liquid. And, because it's space, it, like, just, it freezes when it comes in contact with space.
Oh, shit.
And that one's down. And then the AWIGs are going to go, and they're super fast. They're able to like instantly move out and engage, because they are stupidly, stupidly fast. And we're just going to give you an even check here. Okay, and they're going to knock out this TIE aggressor. Just hit the delete button on him. And these guys are going to knock out this one. And that's going to be the Allies' turn. So we're back to the top of the round. Captain Dex. Give me a warfare check, because I know you're probably not going to have enough Star Wars knowledge to understand a few things.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the guy with Star Wars knowledge is panicking.
What do you want to tell me?
I want to tell you what kind of ships the Gazantes are.
They're death, right? We're fucked here.
No. Gazantes aren't super powerful, but they are a specific kind of ship.
Okay. What did you say? 2 purple?
1 purple's more than sufficient for this.
Okay.
Awesome. So you look at this situation and you have your moment of clarity where you're like, okay, the fighters are screening the troop transports, which are the Gazantes, so they can come in and dock probably with the objective that we are guarding. With 5 successes, I'll go ahead and say UID, the Raider-class Corvette, is the Corruptor, which is the same Corvette you tangled with the first time. It was also present when you were negotiating with Jera.
Ah, shit. So this could be Jera?
It almost certainly is.
Okay.
Also,
So, question.
you've probably only ever seen TIE aggressors in Jera's fleet. So
We still have that industrial strength tractor beam?
military-grade tractor beam, yes.
Yes. And where is it?
It's in the bottom of the ship.
Captain, I'm thinking we should go start moving the battlefield around, because those missiles are going to fuck us and everything else up.
Move the battlefield around?
Well, yeah, with that tractor beam, we're bigger than the troop transports, correct?
You're actually about the same size as the troop transports. This is not.
Could we push them, though?
This is not to scale. You absolutely can push the troop transports with your tractor beam.
Yeah, so when they try to get past us, we should push them into each other.
I mean, if you want to give up a gun, or no, you're with the you're up here with me, right?
Yeah.
Co-piloting. If you want to go down there and run the tractor beam, or if Clax wants to run the tractor beam, somebody can do that. I think having another line of offense is good, but I think we just need to start shooting things.
Okay. Clax, do you want to switch spots, or do you want to stay where you're at, and I'll go pull the tractor beam duty?
Clax will be laughing maniacally as he's firing guns.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be going there, Captain. I don't think we're going to get through to him.
Okay.
The secret plan is being enacted.
You mean as I just...
You just lasso the ship and just throw it out to him. Here it is, guys.
This was our plan all along. Okay. So let's see. Can I slice the enemy systems? Or should I just be jamming?
If your ship is going to be stationary, you can absolutely do that. The thing is like, if you're piloting the ship, it's difficult for you to do any of the other actions that aren't pilot related.
Yeah, I get you.
And I think it even says on the sheet. Oh, it doesn't say. It doesn't say it for the actions. It only says it for the maneuvers.
Right.
It's actually way less restrictive than I thought it was. Okay. I mean, yeah, if you want to try to slice and pilot, sure.
Man, I'd rather I'd rather give our guns a better shot at the troop transports, because
Okay.
without them, their plan is moot. So, I guess I can position. Well, shit, I wanted to be the bubble for the Azure Dream, but I don't know if this is going to work out.
Pay attention to
I guess I'm gonna.
pay attention to your speeds too, because your transport has a speed of 1. Any maneuvers that require speed greater than 1, you can't do.
Oh, okay.
So evasive maneuvers and stay on target, you can't do those.
Good to know. Yeah, gaining the advantage is going to be really hard.
Mhm.
All right, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to slice the computers. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
3 purple computers, check. Yeah! I hit this button and then this button, and this is all gibberish to me. Fuck it.
404. Ship asshole not found.
I know I'm looking for the wrong sphincter.
All right, who's going after Dex?
I'm gonna shoot it.
Shoot it.
So we're assessing the big ships are a bigger threat, and we should shoot at those.
Yes,
Yeah.
these here, yeah.
The medium-sized ships are the main target right now.
Hopefully, Lieutenant Ray can take out those aggressors pretty simply.
Do I have a shot at this one here?
No. You can barely hit this one, and only because it's gonna move forward on this turn, so I'm kind of giving it to you.
Thank you, then.
I'm like, should we let should we let Dr. Payne try to catch him with the whatchamacallit? And hold it still, and then you guys just light it up.
I think it would have to become closer for the Gazanti to get in the tractor beam.
Alright.
But he might do that his round with the TIE aggressor. I don't know if he can reach it.
I'm gonna shoot at this one here.
Okay. It's 1 red, 1 purple. You're shooting through allies. Awesome. All right, how much is that?
7.
All right, it's going to soak 5 of that. All right. Clax.
I'm going to go ahead and open up on the other one and try to slow them down.
The other one is too far away to hit.
Oh, I guess I'm opening up on the same one then.
Yes. Or the fighters. The fighters are also an option.
Again, we've identified they're the bigger threat.
Mhm.
Do I get a boost from aiming?
You may take your whole round to aim. 1 red, 1 purple. Same exact check he just made. Oh, I forgot about shields. I'm not going to make you do it because I didn't make him do shields, but there are technically shields. I'll do it next round.
4 success, 3 advantage, 1 triumph.
All right, how would you like to use your triumph?
I want to hit their bridge and make it so that they fly into the middle of the fighters and go off course.
Okay. So, to be clear, it's not going to destroy the bridge, but it will distract them enough
not,
to
but
make them...
distract them to push
Yeah.
them off. I know it's not going to take them out.
Yep. Okay.
But push them off target because they can't see what they're doing, kind of thing.
How much is your damage? You said you did 4?
So I got 3 advantage, so I believe that's crit, and I had 4 damage.
It's definitely not a crit. It's like 5 on that thing.
Nope. It's a crit 3.
Nope, it is a crit 3. Wow. Okay, so crit real low, damage real low. That's interesting. Okay. So that's 60. Someone pull whatever a 60 critical is out of that deck once it loads in. And 4 successes plus 5 damage is 9. Soaks 5 of it, so that's 4. Alrighty. That brings us to the first baddie group. So the fighters are going to engage. Ooh. Alright.
The shield failing.
Hmm?
The 60 is shields failing.
Oh, that's very, very good. Since I didn't make you fire with the shields, now it is explained why that happened.
Yes, that's canon. We love it.
Yes, we're retconning that. Klax totally took out the shields at his opening volley. Okay, so it's got that one. So these guys triumphed and didn't destroy any of the A-wings, but they did get a triumph. So I'm going to say this group actually slips past the A-wings and starts making a beeline for like the fighters in the convoy. Like they're passing through this debris field, and these fighters don't turn around quite quick enough to catch them. So from the bridge, you would see that these 3 TIE aggressors are making a beeline for the rest of the convoy. And these guys just continue, stalemate dogfight over here. Pain.
I am going to use the tractor beam. I'm gonna. So, can I get to the tractor beam from where I'm at?
Well, that's what I was about to say. So, where were you before?
In the bridge.
Okay, it takes a whole turn to get from the top to the bottom. So, this turn's going to be, unless you want to try to, like, jump off of the balcony to land at the bottom floor, or something like that.
How difficult is that?
I'm going to call it a 2 red athletics.
Yeah, no, I'll just take the whole turn.
Badass. Nah, flip a destiny token.
I mean, you're a droid, so what if you break your legs?
Right?
Fuck you.
He loves his feet.
He does love his feet.
Fine, I'll just jump.
Flip a destiny token.
Don't need it.
So I rate this as he totally jumps, and then he lands, and he like slides to a stop and is so badly like discombobulated from the fall that he might as well have not jumped. But 2 advantages if you want to spend them some particular way.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Alrighty. Up after Pain are the Gazanti cruisers. And this one has veered into this group. So it is literally right in the middle of all these dogfights. It is causing all sorts of difficulties because it's going to risk hitting its own ships. It's going to start opening up with its laser cannons trying to shoot the A-wings, which are super hard to hit. And what we're going to say is, on a despair, it will vaporize one of its ships. And on a failure, it will just hit one of its own ships. Almost despaired. But it didn't. Okay. So it opens up. Let me check the damage on this thing. Retractable quad laser turrets. Damage 5, critical 3, accurate 1, linked 3. Oh, I didn't put that accurate in there. I'll give him a little boost dice. Okay, 1 more success, so that's 8 total. Where's my A-wing card? There it is. Can you take 8? No, you can't. Okay, well, one of these guys gets vaporized. Aw, it's Lieutenant Ray. Lieutenant Ray ate a blaster. Okay. This cruiser is going to move up here. Actually, this cruiser is going to see you guys are attacking, and it's going to vector towards your position. I am going to have it open fire on you guys, but it definitely looks like it's maneuvering to come alongside you. Wow, that wasn't a despair. Okay, I guess it wasn't. Okay, it misses with a fuck ton of threat. So, there's that. I'm going to say that it's lined itself up perfectly. So anyone who shoots at that Gazanti is going to go ahead and get 2 boosts.
Light it up, boys.
Okay. Those 2 Gazantis taken care of. Randall, it is your turn.
All right. I'm going to go and attempt to slice the enemy systems on this Gazanti that's coming up towards us.
Okay.
Wait, aren't you in a gun?
Randall?
No,
it's
my bad.
Waz and Clax are in guns. And
My bad.
Pain will be in
I
the
do everything I
front.
can to avoid firing guns.
He could probably make you a hell of a mine, though.
Yeah. It was either
Make a
this.
hell of a gun.
I could do some stuff.
All right. 3 successes. No triumphs.
So reduce defense of 1 zone of the target.
Per success.
So that's 3.
3 rounds. Yep.
3. It's just 3 rounds that it's down. That the shields are down, or
That's what it says, right?
defense is down on this one. Yeah.
So it says slice enemy systems, reduce the defense of 1 zone on the target vehicle for 1 round per success. Triumph may be spent to disable a weapon for 1 round, or I interpret that as really any system. And advantages can be used to inflict system strain. Did you roll any advantages?
Nope. I actually have 2 threats.
Okay. Okay, so the Proto Shadow takes a point of system strain. I believe Ghost is keeping track of the Proto Shadow stats.
I am.
Okay. Alrighty. So that was Randall. So now the big guy comes in. The Corruptor gets a little bit closer, and its ion cannon has recharged, and it's going to unload with its ion cannon into this tanker, which is going to turn the blues and start sparking and is fully disabled. And the A-Wing fighters, which are totally engaged. Oh, they don't have shields. Okay. Uh-oh. These A-Wings aren't doing so hot, guys. Alright, so this A-Wing group manages to wipe out another one of its adversaries. But this A-Wing group, in their enthusiasm to tuck in behind this group, this guy runs into part of the debris on the ship, and from the exploded ship, and dies.
Was it a frozen back to ball?
Sure was.
Still?
Went right through the cockpit. The parts of him that are left over, if thawed out, might regenerate. Okay. Dex, top of the round. You got a Gazanti troop transport bearing down on you. You got another one beside you. You got a Raider Corvette that's lighting a convoy up with ion cannon fire.
Yeah, I want this Gazanti to die. I want that to die so much I'm going to use Fire Discipline on it.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell everybody, focus on the Gazanti that's coming up to board us. The one I pinged. And, yeah, I'm going to make that a leadership check.
Okay.
That's not my sheet. Here it is. There we go. I should remember this. And a roll.
So what does the fire discipline do for us?
It gives you boosts.
But it didn't work. So there's that.
Mm-hmm. Did you roll any advantages? You rolled 1. Not really enough to do anything with. All right.
Nope.
Waz?
Captain says to shoot it, I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay.
Does it have shield?
You get 2 boost.
So he took down a level of its shields. I'm gonna not count the shields. It's also close enough now that I think we're gonna go down to 1 red for it being, because it's like right there now.
I get 2 boosts because it lined itself up perfectly, and I get another boost because I'm aiming at it. Correct?
Sure. Okay. How much damage is that?
9.
Okay. How you want to spend your
With my,
advantages?
I'm going to laugh maniacally, hearing clacks, and over comms, he's going to hear that, feel good about himself, and have a boost on his next shot.
Okay. I like it. Clax. What you doing, buddy?
So I'm going to aim down at this guy. So I want to make sure I'm tracking the right dice here. So I'm aiming down so I have a boost. The 2 boost for him lining up. The boost from getting the morale. So I have 4 boost.
Oh, you haven't spent your morale boost yet? Yes, you still have that. That's a one-time use thing for the morale. But
I thought he was pushing morale to me right now with his advantages.
so you get one from. Oh, you got okay. You're talking about Waz. When you said morale, I thought you were talking about
yes.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about the leadership check from earlier from Dex. Yes.
No, I used that one already.
That is correct.
Okay.
Let's see how many blank boosts you get.
Only 1.
It's not bad, actually.
So 2 success,
Mm-hmm.
5 advantage, and 1 triumph.
How would you like to use the triumph?
That's a great question. I'm not sure how to for this one because it's kind of.
Well, just tell me what you'd like to do, and I'll tell you if you can.
So can my shots again push it off course like I did the last one and put it in way of the firing arc of the bigger
That's
ship?
not right. Sorry, say again.
Can I, kind of similar to what I did with the last one, where I push it off course into the maneuvering and firing path of the larger ship?
Okay, so you want to move this ship into the way of this ship so that the bigger ship has to maneuver?
Yes, in order to be able to get around or fire.
Okay, that's a completely
I
acceptable
want to
use.
effectively use that ship to slow it down from the way it's getting hit.
Okay, and you had 2 successes, so that was 7 damage.
8.
8.
6 plus 2.
5 plus 2. Oh, it is 6. I'm getting these stats all kinds. Oh, because they're different. So the card up in tabletop says one thing, and the reference sheet says something different.
Yeah, we established this. You messed up when you made the cards you gave us, so we got lucky.
Oh. I don't remember that, but yes, we're going to go with the better numbers for the party. So it is 6, so it is 8. And I'm just going to close that webpage and not use that.
And then with the 2 success I didn't use for the crit, I'm going to maniacally laugh over comms as well and be saying something along the lines of, let's get them, boys, we're doing this. As he is also going to be ranting about more bucket heads that he's killed.
Okay. So you can pass that on to Payne after whichever baddie this is, because this is Starfighters right here. Yeah, this is Starfighters. So, Starfighters. Let's do their generic mass combat roll. I should just do math. Ooh. These A-Wings are not doing good. Okay. So once again, they do not manage to kill any A-Wings because they didn't roll any successes, but they do triumph. So they're going to zip around here. And, well, it wouldn't be a triumph for them to destroy the ship they want. So instead, they're going to destroy the ship that is disabled. Blow this one out of the sky. All right. Mr. Payne.
All right. Let's see.
You drop into the
so can I make it to the turret now?
Yeah, you drop into the tractor beam. It powers up. It's just like a ball turret with like a satellite antenna on it, but it works just like a gun.
All right. And so which one's still around? This one's still. They're both still around.
All the ships are still in play.
All right. Can I push this one right here into the Corvette, the Corruptor?
You can attempt to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you mechanically the way I'm going to do this. The bigger the ship is, the more complicated thing you want to do, the harder the check will be. Seems pretty obvious, but I'm only saying that because while it will be harder for you to grab a starfighter, you will have a much easier time doing whatever you want with it. You'll have an easier time shooting the bigger ships, but maneuvering it into the other ship will be harder. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You still want to go with that action?
Yeah, I don't have any better ideas.
Okay. So
I also did kind of start just doing that with my Triumph as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you lined them up. That's one of the reasons that it's one of the things that I'm taking into account here. So we're gonna say that you shoot the Gazanti, like locking onto it and shooting the Gazanti with the tractor beam is not even a check. You managed to do that. Moving it is the hard part. So we're gonna do a gunnery check for 3 reds. You may pull any destiny tokens or whatever you want for this. On a triumph, you will automatically destroy both vessels. And if you do successes, I will instigate a collision, increasing the collision severity for each success.
So if I get a triumph, both of the Corruptor and the
Gazanti will be destroyed, assuming that's what you want to do, but it sounds like that's what you want to do.
How many light side points you guys want me to spend?
Yo, do it.
Yeah, go for that one. That would take out 2 of our biggest problems right now.
No risk, no reward.
All right. So
that would give you 2 yellows and a green from your current position if you use them all to upgrade.
By the stars.
And you are tracking the boost from Clax, right?
He's got 2 boosts. So
I didn't. I hadn't used my boost from the first one.
Okay, we'll go ahead and roll that boost. Maybe you'll get to advantage and wash out those threats. No, it'll just be blank.
Son of a bitch.
And, it'll just be blank. That's what they do. They roll blanks. 2 successes, so we're still going to instigate a collision here. So, first I need to roll the Gazanti. Okay, somebody pull out 62 as a critical and give it to that Gazanti. And it's going to take 10 hit points of damage.
It's the same shield failings.
Okay.
Shield failings.
Is there any secondary function that thing can do? Some cards have 2 things it does. Give it 2 points of system strain. Okay, well, it probably doesn't care about that.
Well, that one didn't already have the shield failing. The shield failing was on the first one. He was pushing the second one into it.
Oh, okay. Well, here we go. I'll just duplicate that then.
Yeah.
Okay. And now for the more severe one, because that was the lighter instigating ship. Ooh. Okay. I need to check. Because that's 130, and I don't think ships go that high.
154.
It does. Okay, so 150. What did I say? It was 130?
Mm-hmm.
134, 127 through 133. Major hull breach. A huge gaping tear is torn in the ship's hull, and the ship depressurizes. For ships and okay, it's hard to read when you do that, but thanks. For ships and vehicles of silhouette 4 and smaller, the entire ship depressurizes bigger than that. And then in a number of rounds equals the ship's silhouette. Ships vehicles silhouette 5, which is what this is, and larger, no, this is 6, tend to have high compartmentalized blah, 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 safeguards against depressurization. The ships don't completely depressurize, but parts do. So the front of this ship has completely depressurized. There's gouts of atmosphere. This ship has just speared the raider, and it did a lot more damage to the raider. I'm going to go ahead and narratively say that the front of this ship, or the bridge is completely buried into the front from the underside of this ship.
Good shot.
Those worth some destiny tokens.
Okay. Yeah, I would say it is. Cruiser 1, I'm going to call the cruiser over here. Okay. I did not expect that to be the result, but I like it. Is going to charge the Proto Shadow and initiate a boarding action. Okay, but it has not successfully managed to dock this turn. Cruiser 2 is going to be... you know what? No. We're going to say that after a collision like that, the bridge crew's probably dead, and someone in the auxiliary control room is going to need to take over. So let's see how fast that happens. Well, it's not good for them. Okay, so nothing appears to happen immediately for Cruiser 2. Randall, what are you doing?
So did I see this cruiser come right up next to our boarding station, or one of the boarding areas?
You don't, but I will give Dex a free action to alert the crew.
Okay, because I did kind of want to build up a massive explosion right there to where they would be boarding.
I was muted. I'm sorry. I was like, hey guys, we're going to have company. But it didn't go out. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I hit the button this time on the comm panel. Guys, we're going to have some company there on the port side.
So
Did you use a grenade instead of your comm link again?
I got a dog up here. He's just distracted the shit out of me.
Where'd you get a dog? We don't have a dog.
I don't know. I think maybe the Imperials left him. Little fucking piece of shit. Come here.
it's a good dog. All right. Yeah,
So,
Randall, you know that there's an airlock on that side. You've actually fought a boarding action against it before. It's possible they could try to come in the cargo bay, but more likely they're going to try to come in the airlock.
Okay, yes, I would like to set up a nice trap at that airlock. In particular, the mine that mine that I was able to defuse earlier.
I'm going to cost you a maneuver to get there because you're right close. So you can get there in a maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the 3 explosives from the mine. You're in this airlock. You're going to need to give me a little bit more direction on what you want to do here. Because remember, if you just put an explosive here, it's still in your ship. So there's that.
Yeah, so for the airlock, there's an outer and an inner door,
That
right?
is correct.
Yes, I would like to go out of the inner door and then have it between the 2 doors.
Okay. Give me. This is anti-personnel mine, so you're gonna use all 3 charges.
Yes.
Give me a 1 red mechanics check. As you open this outer door and look at the inner door, which, by the way, your captain is signed because he fabricated this door from scratch.
Isn't she lovely?
Is this the same door that we've already blown off once?
Yep. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right.
Hey, don't hurt that door.
I'm going to ask this question. How do you want to spend your triumph? Because you're good. You made and planted a mine and still have...
Can I give? May I give a hint?
I will listen.
Shaped charges.
Yeah, my thought was shaping the charges to the point where they explode and hurt the people, but somehow do not touch these doors at all.
I think what he was going for is it depressurizes the umbilical when it connects. Unless you meant clay.
No, literally, all I had there was shape charges. You can shape the charge so it funnels the explosion in a specific direction. I didn't have any details beyond that. I was going to let him figure the rest of it out.
Okay. Alrighty, so you
no
don't,
ulterior motives either.
You don't want to hurt the airlock. Okay, so you have these explosives and you have all this shit in the room. And a MacGyver solution would be to be like, we've got all these nuts and bolts for repairs. I'm just going to take this whole bag of screws and put this on the explosive and plant it so when they open the door, it fires all these screws down the umbilical and it won't hurt the door because, they're just screws. Does that sound good for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And hopefully they use a nice thin umbilical because they're trying to cut costs.
Alrighty, so that is 100% set up. Don't forget that's there if it doesn't get used. That's all I'm going to say. Alright, Randall's taken care of. The last baddie is the Raider Corvette. Piloting skill. Same as all their other skills. I'm really at a loss for how to calculate there's a ship stuck in me.
Get it off, get it off, get it off.
Whatever it is, they didn't do it.
Biggest missile ever fired.
It's still stuck in there.
Not.
You see the Raider Corvette trying to fire its reversing thrusters, most of which were in the part of the ship that is now crushed. Ooh, the main cannon would have also been destroyed in that attack. Because that spotted hit is exactly where that cannon lives. So, but it's just almost impossible. The two ships have merged together so thoroughly, and did it roll threats? No, they rolled advantages. So they don't hurt themselves in the process of doing it. They wiggle the ship a little bit. There's like a wiggle waggle motion that's shaking the cruiser, but they're not able to separate themselves. The A-Wings, who are not going to be having to roll for sanity for watching this happen, are still not going to kill any baddies, but at least they didn't despair. Dex, top of the round.
Let's see. I want to make it hard for the cruiser to dock because they haven't yet. Can I maneuver away? You want me to
can make it easier for us to. Well, if you make it easier for us to shoot them before they get to go, you got 2 gunners right after you.
All right, let's do it. Fire discipline.
Does he also get a boost because I got 2 advantage, and I continue with the cackling and excitement of everybody blowing shit up?
This is a group of psychotics.
Pretty much.
Holy shit! I just realized we're all psychotics.
Yeah.
He's a pyromaniac. Whatever it is, the people that like to blow shit up. The gun freak.
Pyrotechnic.
Yes. I'm just straight up a psychotic. I don't know which one, but yes.
How about that? How about that for how about that? How about you shoot that fucking Kazanti right there, and you get that leadership check, that fire discipline with a triumph.
How would you like to spend your triumph?
I don't want them to dock. So I guess for my fire discipline, can I have them? Maybe their umbilical lines up perfectly with one of the gunners.
Okay, but I'm gonna make you pick one.
Oh, pick the gunner.
Yep.
Sin. It's Clax.
Clax.
It's Clax. He has 2 yellow, 2 green. It's Clax you pick.
All right, Clax.
All right, so you goose the throttle and hit the maneuvering jets, and everyone's like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And Clax is in the middle of trying to rant as he realizes that this umbilical from the ship is now like 6 feet in front of his gun. Waz, it's supposed to be your turn.
Pass to Clax.
I thought you might do
And
that.
what is my challenge? To shoot this umbilical?
It's 1 purple, and you get 2 boosts because he still succeeded that fire discipline check.
Hiya!
Oh, now I don't get to see my beautiful bomb that I set up.
Oh, there'll be another chance.
You might get to see it.
He can still
3
miss.
success,
It
4
happens.
advantage.
How many success?
3.
3 and 4 advantage?
Yep.
Okay.
So it's getting another crit, I believe.
Yep, this is its 3rd. So it rolled a 20, so that's 50. Whatever 50 is for a critical on a ship. And that's 8 more damage. Oh, this is the ship that hasn't been hurt that much.
How many criticals can these ships take?
Until they go...
So
Go ahead.
yeah, it's until you roll higher than whatever. Like once you get over 100, things start getting dire.
Yeah, I thought this was
but
only
like-
One
Each time they get hit, it adds 10 to the critical hit roll.
So this one is component hit. 1 component of the attacker's choice is knocked offline and is rendered inoperable until the end of the following round. You have Star Wars knowledge, so you can just pick one. It kind of makes sense for it to be the umbilical, though. That won't be till the end of the round, though. That'll be permanent. Like it's not going to use that umbilical if you choose umbilical.
I'm actually going to go with its thrusters.
Okay. So
Like its maneuvering thrusters, so it can't get itself back into positions.
Okay. So the umbilical comes up in front of him. He unloads a couple of rounds in the umbilical, because it's there. But then he turns the guns and just starts lighting up the port side thruster. No, starboard side thruster. Yeah, starboard side thruster. And it hits it a lot, which actually starts it to corkscrew uncontrollably. Luckily, it misses the ship. Ooh, no, I should chance dice that. No, it was for you having a triumph. We're not going to have it hit the ship.
That one wasn't a triumph. That was a critical.
We're still not going to do it just because I already said I'm not going to, but I know that right now one of our players is cursing into their muted mic. So that's going to start corkscrewing. And that ship's... I mean, it's not heavily damaged, but the strategic pinpoint damage is definitely getting to it. Now, that makes it Waz's turn, since you switched with Clax. There's a corkscrewing ship. Actually, since it's gone underneath the proto-shadow, it's probably going to be too hard for you to hit. You can hit any of the other targets, though.
So, I got a question. The ship that's sticking out of the Kazanti, it has fuel tanks, right?
I mean, they all have fuel tanks, but they're not, like, external or anything. They're warships. They're designed not to have those kind of vulnerabilities.
Unless they get in a wreck.
I mean, yes. The back of the ship's intact, though.
There's a thought.
Yeah, I mean, you can still try to do it. I just don't think you're going to be able to do it short of, like, I roll a triumph or two, in which case,
Well, I can't do it, but Waz might.
that's a true story. You can hit any of these targets. I'm going to make them 1 red, 1 purple for any of them.
I'm going to aim for a TIE aggressor.
Okay. Take your shot. Awesome. That's 7 damage to a TIE aggressor. This one hasn't had any damage yet. Okay. You nail a TIE aggressor. It doesn't explode or anything, but you hit it. Now, starfighters. Mass combat checks.
Captain, question: have you tried radioing the Gazanti?
No. Why would I?
Well, clearly, that's Lady Jara. Clearly, she knows that we're here.
And you want me to tease her about it?
I thought it was customary that you organics do shit talking at this moment.
This whole fight could still go tits up for us, so I'm not gonna shit talk yet.
I see.
Okay.
It is Payne's turn. There is a wounded Gazanti that is literally feet away from your turret right now, with one of its engines on fire, corkscrewing beneath the proto shadow.
How hard would it be to push it into the Gazanti?
It's not close enough so even with the tractor beam, you can only move at the same range as it would normally be moved, and it couldn't get over there. So you probably can't do that.
How hard is it to throw trying to think what I would do. Can I push it into one of the TIE aggressors?
You can push it
push it through them?
You can push it towards the TIE aggressors. Understand that, we're not to scale here. The TIE aggressors are engaged with an A-Wing. It's likely that if you did successfully hit, you'd also destroy the A-Wing.
I don't want to do that. Can I push one of the aggressors into the Gazanti?
You can attempt to do that with the one you have, yeah.
Is it super difficult?
It's going to be harder to grab the fighter, because they're moving really fast and they're really small objects. But once you have the object, making it do what you want is going to be easier. So let's see. These are silhouettes. All right. So first off, you're silhouette 5. The targets are silhouette 3. That's 2 upgrades. Or 2 increases in difficulty. Speed is upgrades. Silhouettes are difficulty. Okay.
So it's a red and a purple?
Hold on, I'm not done yet. There's speed 4, you're speed 1, so that's 2 reds and a purple. That's why I use mask.
And then I have to do another check to get them moved into the other ship?
Once you grab it, I'm not going to make you do another one. Unless you want to do significant damage and do something special, in which case we may have to talk about it. You didn't hit it. So it doesn't matter. The aggressors slipped by. They managed to get away. Cruiser 1. Cruiser 1 is this guy. Let's see if they can pull themselves out of their death spiral. Nope. Yes. Damn it. I hate it when they roll stuff like that. Okay. They right themselves. I'm not going to tell you what their despair is yet. But they right themselves. They are directly underneath the Proto Shadow. Alarm bells should be going off in Dex's mind as most of the Gazanti's weaponry is mounted on top of its ship, and it is now directly underneath your ship.
I'm not okay with this.
I thought the thrusters were disabled.
Their thrusters were damaged. I just rolled to see if they could regain control, and they passed. They also despaired. So, I have another thing. They can't maneuver or move. They just recovered. There's a difference.
Gotcha.
Okay. The impaled Gazanti is going to make a similar check to try to get unimpaled. Okay, they succeed. Oh, but they do 4 threats. So I'm going to go ahead and cause 2 more hull damage. How much do they have total? Fuck ton. They're pretty good. Okay, so they start wiggling, and it looks like they're actually wiggling out with their reverse thrust. Randall, it is your turn.
All right.
Standing by an airlock, waiting for an umbilical that isn't coming.
Yeah, I'm a little sad about that. So I will leave that set up how it is, and get to the nearest computer and do another of the slice enemy systems on the one that's directly below us. I'm trying not to metagame too much because there is a ship down there that's got some guns. All right,
Okay.
so it's, and hopefully we'll see what I roll.
You were robbed. It was almost that triumph you needed, but it wasn't. You can still disable their shields.
Okay. Yes, so their shields are disabled for 3 turns.
Yeah, their shields were already disabled, but I'll give you the option to do something in their computers that isn't like superly overpowered. For instance, you can make it harder for them to target, or you can get like their information, system statuses. You can maybe get into their comm systems or something.
Yes, I would like to listen into what all they're saying as far as their comm systems.
Okay, internal or external?
External.
External.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
The captain of the raider is calling for a full withdrawal. He basically he's ordered the cruiser that you're engaged with to try to destroy the Proto Shadow and at least hold the Republic forces at bay, while the other 2 cruisers separate themselves so that they can run away. He's also recalling the TIE fighters that are currently attacking the convoy so that they can dock with these ships and possibly escape.
Okay.
Raider Corvette. They're going to make the exact same check because it's already on the board. Oh, all right. So, Raider Corvette pulls itself free, and with its triumph, turns about and zips off into hyperspace.
Motherfucker. Pussy.
A-Wings, mass combat checks.
Just don't despair.
Right? Well, you should be appreciating the fact that they're eating up all your despairs. They're also not doing so very well.
I mean, they've taken out more than half of their enemy forces, whereas the TIE aggressors have only lost like 3.
Yeah, TIE aggressors are badass. They're one of my favorite TIEs. The only thing that I don't like about them is they still don't have hyperdrives, which, man, if they had hyperdrives, they'd be the scariest. They'd be almost as bad as TIE defenders. It's because there's so much...
So these guys are stranded now?
No, they dock with the Gazantis. Each Gazanti can hold 4 of these.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, that's top of the round. Dex.
Okay.
Maybe you should hit.
Somebody. Should I thrust down and like use our ship to like bump? Like
Yeah, I was
basically
gonna say. What's the word I'm looking for?
Oh, get an
Bumper
echo.
check them.
What's the word?
The thing where you hip check.
Pip check. Pit maneuver.
Break check.
Yeah.
Brake check them.
Yeah. Basically, just I mean, I guess we're the same size, so I don't know if it's a good idea at all.
You would like to
Can,
I keep thinking of them as small.
initiate a collision?
That sounds really bad. I don't know if I don't know if that's what I want to do.
As a bonus, Payne is underneath the ship in a glass bubble, and he's going to take the brunt of the impact.
Aren't you underneath there with me?
I'm on the top.
If you're lucky, the shields will take the brunt of the impact.
Can I use my super special ability to punch it and get away from the Gazanti?
Your max speed is 1.
Shit. Okay, I'm just gonna bump him.
Oh, wait, does punch it let you go above your max speed?
I think it's 1 beyond max speed, but or that's the ability that I've got. It's not punch it. It's the pilot. Never mind. It's not on here.
It's not on here because I don't think you gave me a most recent version of your sheet. This still looks like your first sheet.
Yeah. That's alright. I won't do it. Yeah, I'll just hip check him. Piloting check.
It's full throttle. Full
That's
throttle
what I was
is
thinking.
take the full throttle action, make a hard piloting check to increase a vehicle's top speed by 1 for a number of rounds equal to your cunning.
Right. So for 2 rounds, I can go speed 2.
Yep.
With a hard piloting check.
Yep. You would need to do that as your action, and then take the maneuver, punch it.
Okay. So a hard piloting check is that 3 purples?
It's 3 purples.
Yeah. I'm gunning it, guys. I didn't even tell you.
Okay. The ship is going to take 2 strain, and you are going to accelerate forward. Okay. No matter what else happens, the next turn the Dex gets, or the end of combat, you are going to need to roll for evasive action because you've just accelerated at full speed into the debris field of a destroyed ship.
Okay.
Waz.
We take out that TIE defender that I was attacking. TIE aggressor.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you still shoot at it. 1 red, 1 purple. All right. You destroy a TIE aggressor.
Captain, I almost missed it. What happened? Why did we go forward?
I was getting us out of the way of that Gazanti that was underneath us.
Clax, what you up to, man? Are you
Guess who's class?
push to talk?
You might be muted.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Is the Gazanti that was behind us still in my firing arc?
The one that's behind you is also below you, and the 2 laser cannon turrets are on top. So you can either hit any of the TIE aggressors, because the captain moved you forward, these 3 over here are also within your arc. So you can hit this, you can hit this, you can hit this. Since our audio is probably not synced, it's the Gazanti and all the aggressors, but it's not the one that's behind you.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the Gazanti that we threw into the bigger ship.
Okay, that one's pretty fucked up. It's a good target. It's only going to be, that's the closest ship, so it's only going to be 1 red. Oh, it does have, no, it doesn't have shields. None of them have shields anymore.
1 success, 4 advantage.
Dude, I love the art on this tailspin card. I'm sorry, I just went on a little bit of a tangent, but I mean, like, that's a bad fucking day. Have you guys seen that picture on the tailspin card? Sorry, how many successes?
1 success, 4 advantage.
So you
So it gets another
critical. That's
crit.
4, right? So it's got 2 of one of these.
No. It's only a
Should be a third
one.
one though.
It's
With
only,
the duplicate of the shield.
okay, it's the 3rd one. Okay.
Was the major
Yeah.
hull breach?
61.
The major hull breach was the bigger ship.
61 is another shield's failing.
So now it has duplicate.
Okay. And it needs to take damage. So you did 1, and it is 6. That's 7. That's 2 more. All right. Not even half of its hull points are gone. Kill these big ships with criticals. Okay, so
I'm trying.
you're getting there. I mean, you're in pretty dangerous territory now. So the starfighters are going to panic and try to recover themselves into the Gazantis. And I'm going to roll it as a single mass combat check. Ooh, alright. That was like the one thing I don't know what to do with. Alright, so 2 of them go to each of the Gazantis, and they do manage to dock. The A-Wings will get a chance to pick off additional targets, but even the ones that get away... Oh, you know what? I'll flip a dark side token. All the TIE aggressors dock. And Pain, it's your turn.
So all this happens at the same time?
More or less, yes.
What happens if I shake them up while they're docking?
I flipped the dark side token, so I'm not going to let you do it. I'm not going to let you interfere with the docking of the fighters. Just
Okay.
because I flipped the dark side token for it.
All right, I'll try to push the Gazantis together.
Okay. That could work. It's going to be a 3 red and 2 blacks, unless you have something that mitigates... Oh, wait, no. They wouldn't be able to do that. It's going to be 3 reds. Ooh. Alright. So, you did succeed. So, you hear Pain making droid straining noises as he pulls this slightly disabled cruiser, and it instigates a collision with this other cruiser. Unfortunately, the thing about a military-grade tractor beam for a Star Destroyer on a ship like the Proto Shadow is it draws a lot of power. More than the ship was really designed to use. And in this case, causes a reactor to punch into the red, and automatic safety shut off, and the ship shuts down for 1 round. Completely adrift. Nobody can do anything. It's offline. Now let me roll.
So no one can hear me over comms? We don't have any power?
If you have your comm links, those will work.
Okay.
Although, he may have just killed one. No, well, wait.
It's a plus 50, right?
So instigating is... The instigating ship is -30, and the receiving ship is plus 50. So the receiving ship is Cruiser 2, and Cruiser 1 is the instigating ship. So he's going to get a 55 for that guy. 55 is not that one. 55. So it's got another shields failing. And they also take a percentage of their hull points. That's usually your advantages and disadvantages. I don't know how to do that with a tractor beam, so I'm going to say that it's 10 of its hit points are gone, which is a significant number of its hit points if this engagement were going to go on much longer. And now I need to do the one that's probably going to die. Oh, it's dead. So plus 50. Oh, maybe not. So plus 50 puts it at 121.
Does it take a +3 for his already criticals?
It does take a +3 for those. So that puts it at 151, which I think might be lethal. Search top. 154 is vaporized. 151 is breaking up. The vehicle or ship has suffered so much damage that it begins to come apart at its seams, breaking up and disintegrating around the crew. At the end of the following round, the ship is completely destroyed, and the surrounding environment is littered with debris. Anyone aboard the ship or vehicle has 1 round to get an escape pod, bail out, or dive for the nearest hatch before they are lost. I'm going to interpret that, and I'm going to be kind of liberal here, as the TIE aggressors detach from the doomed ship and attach to the not doomed ship. So they leave this one and get on this one, so it now has a full load of 4. I'm going to flip another dark side token, and this bitch is just going to hyperspace out. And that'll be the end of combat. I need a piloting roll from Dex. 3 reds, please.
Hey, we's ballistic.
And we have 2 light side tokens. You should use them.
Oh, wait, no, he can't.
We're ballistic with no power.
I forgot about that. That's a valid point. And yeah, you're in trouble. So I'm just gonna roll the difficulty without any opposition.
Can Randall try to restart the engines?
He can try, but it's not going to happen. Okay. Someone roll their favorite dice. It's going to be a +20 critical. And it is going to be 20 hull point hits. Sorry, 10 hull point hits. So 51 for a critical. I believe your shields are down. No, it's 51, so it's the one below that one.
Oh, something gets disabled.
Okay, well,
It's
there
right here.
is no attack. There is no attacker, so your sensors are offline. Okay. You plow through a bunch of debris with no shields. It bangs up your sensor suite. Take 10 hull point damage for the Proto Shadow, and yeah, you guys are out of combat. Only 2 A-Wings survived.
2 out of 5 against what we were up against isn't bad.
No.
And we took out a Gazanti.
Honestly, you fucked all of those ships up. Like, yes, 2 of them got away, but they're not going to be in combat anytime soon.
We should send an email to Jera. Fuck you.
You and your emails.
I feel like Ghost is
Here's-
muted.
Enjoy this bag of dicks we sent you.
I don't want to start more shit with her.
Oh, fuck, you've already started it. Dude, not only did you not do what she asked, you showed up at the place where we were supposed to do what she asked and fucked her shit up. If you think shit talking is going to somehow not make it...
Do you think she was there?
Yeah, I
Do
do.
you think she was in there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I believe she was in the background, but yeah.
So she saw it firsthand, the betrayal. We never really...
I feel like... It's not a betrayal, it's just a straight up middle finger, like, fuck you and the horse you rode in on.
We did kind of hit her.
Also, we fucked your horse up.
Yeah, we fucked that horse up.
I speared a Corvette with a Gazanti.
That was pretty awesome. Pretty
Also,
awesome.
I killed the power. Sorry about that.
Yeah, can we get that up and running again? Anybody? I'm.
It should be back
We're
on.
still kind of
There's only one
ballistic.
round.
Yeah, I'm looking into it.
Mr. Clean's flipping all the breakers. Everything's coming back on.
All right. What's the next stop for us, convoy?
So we're going to narratively say that you guys can make it all the way to Coruscant with the convoy at this point without suffering any more attacks. And you get a hero's welcome. Like, these ships are full of this life-saving Bacta, and there are millions of people dying on this planet. You just showed up with the medicine. You will notice some...
Can we use the tractor beam to get any of the frozen back then?
So it's going to be worthless because of the impurities and heat. Just a little...
Bummer.
A little tidbit. They specifically asked about that in one of the books, and I'm surprised you did too. But yeah, it's once it's blown up in a ship, it's kind of worthless. With that said, you're going to notice a interesting looking transport. Oh, once again, I done fucked up and don't have the thing because. So we'll just say it's a Mon Cal cruiser, pulls up, docks temporarily with the Azure Dream. 15 minutes later, the Azure Dream rejoins the convoy and heads down to the surface of the planet. You then receive a message requesting that you rendezvous at a Republic-held station in orbit above Coruscant.
Okay. Yeah. This might be it, guys.
Okay. As you dock with the station, it's obviously it's a military station. There's, New Republic officers in uniform moving crates. There's droids, they just captured Coruscant. So, like, they're scrubbing the Imperial markings off of the walls and replacing it with New Republic symbols. And there's just a lot of hustle and bustle, and a little deck officer guy runs up to you guys and is like, "Hey, so you're the crew of the Proto Shadow, right?"
Yep, that's us.
He's like, "Good. I've got one of the intelligence guys wants to talk to you. He's in one of these conference rooms. Let me take you there."
All right, boss. You know if there's gonna be like coffee and donuts?
I'm sure I can get the stewards to take care of that if it isn't already there.
Sweet. Hey, look, there's coffee and donuts here, guys.
So he leads you through the hallways. You get a pretty good look at the state of the station. Like, this is a station that it suffered it looks like a hot knife through butter scenario. Like, something punched a hole through the middle of the station, and it wasn't like an explosion like you normally would see. It was like something cut it with a laser scalpel. And it just melted everything in its path. So, like, you have to go around decks, and they have, like, magnetic fields up in some hallways to block off the damage, and eventually you arrive at a conference room. And inside, there is a single, dirty blonde, short human male, in a Republic uniform. His uniform looks different than the rest of the Republic uniforms in that all of his rank insignias are jet black.
Oh, that's kind of cool. What was that, Sin?
SIS.
Something.
I don't know what that means.
It's a Star Wars thing, but it's the Secret Intelligence Service. It was used by both the Old and New Republic, but it wasn't. And by old, I mean like ancient Old Republic, and the New Republic. But we don't know if it was used for the current Republic, depending on what you follow for canon and legends.
So, it's not information he would give you anyway, but it gives you a little bit of background. But he is going to be like, "Captain Dex, you and your crew have done a great service to the Republic for seemingly nothing but the good of your own heart." And he waves at a couple of seats. And he's like, "Have a seat. I'd love to discuss this with you."
It was the right thing to do. We try to just trying to do the right thing. Hear about the possibility of millions of people dying. That's not good thing to have happen. So, I'll take a seat.
That's a very noble. That's a very noble position to have. He hits a few buttons on his data pad, and an image of the Blastech building with like smoke pouring out of it, a still of it shows up. He's like, and yet, weapons of mass destruction are completely on the table.
Apparently, it's a moral thing. We don't sell to the Imperials or do things, but everybody else is safe.
Okay.
We kind of got caught up in some shenanigans with those Blastech guys.
And we were not supposed to give you the information for free. That was a mistake on my part. The captain did not tell me to send you that file. I did it anyway. Oops.
So what you're saying is your mercenaries and the goodness of your heart thing, you kind of slipped up.
I don't even have a heart. I was
We've
totally
been
on board with.
Go ahead. Make this worse.
Lady Jara wanted us to take out the special ship with the super scientists on it and then kill everyone else. I thought it was a great plan, but everyone else wanted to fight and argue about it, so I agreed to help out with this side of it.
Anyone in the conversation, roll a perception check.
Speaking of, did you get the data packet I sent?
Whoever rolled 3 successes, 1 advantages, notices a significant stiffening momentarily of all the muscles on the guy when he says super scientists. He's going to be like, you're talking about the recording of your meeting with Jera.
Yeah.
Yes, I found...
And yes, she does know about the super scientist.
It's very interesting.
I gotta try him.
Okay, well, you're a medical droid, so you're a walking lie detector. Okay, so interesting. That is very, very interesting. Let me ask you something. You gentlemen seem to specialize. I can't get much information on you beyond this Blastech heist. It seems like your crew just came out of nowhere a few months ago, but you seem to specialize in heists and highly complicated operations. Would you be for hire if you are the mercenary types?
I told you this would work, Captain.
Yep. No, money's money. Just we're gonna shorten this up.
That.
Yes. I'm gonna give a really nasty, dirty look to Painbot. We're gonna have words later, okay? You and me.
We have words. We have words all the time.
We're gonna have words out of earshot of everybody else. You and me.
Why? You say bad things to me all the time. You're gonna say worse things to me in private?
No. I'm gonna try to explain things, I guess, when other people aren't around to realize how fucking retarded things can be.
Oh.
Anyway.
Okay.
So yeah,
the captain's had a rough day.
Crews come out of nowhere because we're relatively new, and we're just trying to find our place in the universe. That might be with the New Republic now. So I'd love to hear what you got.
So he pulls out his data pad and starts tapping on it again. You notice that he has a ton of information, at least that he's showing you about your Blastech job. Like he has incredible amounts of details on that job. And he's basically like, okay, I have a few things that might be up your alley. I can give you a full list via data pad, via data dump later on, but for the moment, I will give you just an overview of some of the stuff we have going on. I have... Well, let's talk about capabilities. I have a couple of heists that you could do. Some of them are more complicated than others, but I also have some much more complicated operations that are more along the destabilizing Imperials or infiltrating various risk factors to the Republic. As a neutral ship, you can go places our Republic ships can't go. And if you're looking to mitigate your risk but maybe not make as much money, I've got some simple delivery jobs I need done. Do you have a preference on the mission types?
I'm all about destabilizing some Imperials, but usually this is a crew decision, so I'm going to have to ask my crew what they're comfortable with too. Hope you don't mind.
I don't.
But we're all in this together.
Do you need me to step out for a moment?
Man, I think that would be rude, but yes, that'd be great.
No problem. Take some time, talk it over with your crew, and I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll also see about getting some calf and donuts.
You don't have to do that. I thought you had like some assistant guy.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
I do. I will be back.
Okay, all right. It looks like we made it, gentlemen. And it looks like the New Republic could actually pay us to do some stuff, and I would feel a lot better about this morally. And I give the nasty shot over to Painbot again.
It's paying though, right?
I mean, yeah, you were very concerned about it not paying, and now it's paying. So
I told you if we did it my way, it would pay.
I think any way we would have done it would have paid out. But anyway,
why would you admit the robot is right?
You can be right sometimes. I'll give you credit when credit's due. But if I remember correctly, I've got our comm logs that said that you thought we should do it the Imperial way.
I did, and then I sent the packet over.
Right. Okay. So anyway, I don't know if everybody heard.
You told me that was a bad idea. We should have asked for money, and I told you it would work out.
Did you hear what he wanted us to do? Are you okay with striking at the Imperials? I mean, we're already on their shit list.
I don't care who we strike out.
Clax will kind of look at y'all, and he'll give the same statement he's always given of the only good Buckethead's a dead Buckethead. So he's all for this.
How about Waz?
Destabilizing doesn't sound like it's up Clax's alley. That sounds like more of a talk to a guy and make them a little upset so they talk to somebody else. I think we're more in the... I don't know, he didn't mention that he needs a set of pirates, but that's...
I mean, destabilizing is also assassinating at times.
Could be.
True statements. I like infiltrating, but I'm excited to be where we are right now. We might need to get our ship fixed. We might need to get a different transponder. I don't know how far-reaching that Jurachik's Imperial range works, or if I guess this is the guy to ask that, though, right? Also, how does he know we did the Blastek thing?
It was all over the news, wasn't it?
Not that it was we.
It's his job to know things like that. Clearly, he's good at it.
I mean, we could ask him that too. How he got that information. That'd be interesting to find out.
What other secrets does he know about us?
He might be just...
he did say not a lot. He didn't know anything about us.
Is that just...
Also, this room is probably bugged.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past any government to bug their people. Makes sense. Okay, so infiltrate from Waz. Waz wants to infiltrate. I'm okay with that. Down with that. We can do that. So huddle over.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
I'm
definitely down to take out Imperials.
Okay.
Also, I want to do it because it is moral.
Yeah, there you go. I'm glad I'm getting you on this moral high
Did
horse.
that sound sincere? I was trying really hard.
I didn't believe you for anything.
What was your bluff check?
0. I didn't make one.
Oh, okay.
I could try that if you want. Hold on. Let's see how bad that is. It's not that bad. What's the difficulty?
Whatever Dex's discipline is your difficulty.
Oh, so not very good.
1, 2.
My discipline is 2 greens.
Oh, it's 50-50. You might actually believe me. Nope. I have no idea what that means.
No, that's a fail. Just barely, though.
Also, I was close.
If he were an NPC, I'd say
Okay.
you fail, but he's only amused by it. All right, so after a given amount of time of you guys trying to bluff each other, the Republic intelligence officer comes back in. And he's like, "Gentlemen, have you made a decision?" And a steward comes in with calf and donuts.
Oh yeah, but I don't make decisions lightly on an empty stomach, so I'm gonna go make myself a coffee and enjoy a donut. Hey, look, we'd love to join up with the New Republic, and we'd love to give it to those damn imps. So we can do some sneaky infiltrating stuff, like go places where you guys can't go with your marked ships. We'll fly under the radar for as long as we can.
Our ship is marked though.
That's true. Do you know anything about like changing transponders, or actually, how did you find out about the blast deck job?
So, a couple of points. First and foremost, you're not joining the Republic. We're hiring you for a job. Second, yes, we can look at getting some upgrades for your ship, including either a secondary or a change in your transponder, should you wish to do so. We can even make it so you can keep the name and it'll show up as a different registry number. Yeah, we can make that work. So, if you said you're interested in joining, you didn't. Are we talking joining the infiltration missions, or are we talking delivery duty, or how would you like? What level of participation are you looking at?
Oh, we're going head over heels here, ass over tea kettle, putting the horse before the cart. Or cart before the horse. Going all in, basically. I'd love to do the infiltration missions, though.
Okay. So, if we're going to be destabilizing governments with your people, looking at your skill sets, I'm relatively certain blowing things up is going to be your specialty.
Yeah.
We have some assignments geared towards that you could do. Do you have any particular animosity towards Lady Jera?
Animosity? Hell yeah, she's a bitch.
Interesting. She is one of our targets. Would you be interested?
Hell yeah. You know what? A slimy little fucking hut named, what was his name, guys? The hut. Not everybody at once. I'm trying to look through my notes. Gimba. You know Gimba? I'd love to kill that guy too. That'd be great.
Gimba's the one that got us into this mess.
Gimba the Hutt, and he's tapping for a second. He's like, he's kind of a nobody.
Yep, but he kind of screwed me. So I'd like to get him back.
He's the one that hired us to steal that platform of Redelium, and then turned us over to the Imperials, and they just took it from us and locked us up.
Interesting.
He's a bastard.
That information was not in your file.
Which one? The part about being locked up?
Stealing Rhydonium, you say? I haven't seen any big
Oh
shit.
yeah, a whole platform of it.
So it was metagame, it was Tabanagas.
Oh yeah. Same thing.
It's not. But it's close.
Look, I didn't call them the lithium crystals, so I should get points.
Hmm. But you would have only done that to troll me anyway. It's not that you don't actually know the difference.
Between dilithium crystals and rhydonium, I do know the difference.
So,
Between rhydonium and tabana gas, no.
well, rhydonium's a liquid, and tabana's a gas.
Uh-huh.
Although to muddy the waters, tabana does come in liquid format. Anyway, so okay, so he's gonna be like, all right, that's interesting. We should probably start by blowing that up. That'll be your first
I
assignment.
wanted to do that. I already wanted to do that.
Well, now let's talk about payment. I'm willing to help you with some modifications to your ship, and I'm willing to help you with some intelligence on this Gimba fellow. Considering the accommodations I'm willing to give you, I feel like if I also cover your fuel and expenses, we should call this first mission a wash.
Ask him if he's got a job for us. We can carry something there too at the same time. Double down.
Which first mission? The one where we protected the caravan?
The
Or
one,
convoy?
the one where you go out there and destroy that canister of or that platform of Tabana gas you stole from Bespin and delivered to the Imperials so that they could turn it into weapons to kill civilians and Republic people.
Oh, we didn't deliver it to the Imperials. They stole it from us and then threw us in jail.
Yeah, so we can definitely try to destroy that platform. Did I see like there was a per diem day rate in the contract stuff that we got sent earlier?
So, Convoy Escort generally pays a fuel and expenses sum plus combat hazard pay. Your combat hazard pay will be 10,000 credits. Your per jump rates will come out to an additional 10,000, all figured in. So, you're going to make 20k.
Okay. Yeah. So as long as we can keep fuel in the ship, I'm happy. Really.
Okay. We'll have a similar arrangement for your expenses as well. Now, when we're talking about your ship upgrades, all you want is the secondary transponder.
Yeah. For now. Yeah. Definitely.
Okay. There's a dry dock on the north pole of the planet. We'll have you put in there while we have your ship worked on.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Can he upgrade a gun?
I'm sure you'll be able to find something on Coruscant to help you with any modifications you need for your personal gear. So that's going to be your first assignment. It is 11:47. You guys have a new mission. I'm planning on coming back to the next session, hopefully with a repaired one world, so that we can have that working properly. If you guys have any stuff you want to do outside of the scene, you're on Coruscant. You're on the capital planet of the galaxy. There is a plague here that is killing non-humans in droves. The only cure is shit tons of Bacta, and travel down to the planet's surface is highly discouraged, but not illegal. So that's a thing.
Yeah. So we need to wear a mask if we go.
Probably should not go, Captain. It would kill you.
If we had to go, like if we ran out of toilet
Only
paper.
there was someone in the crew who could go down there and not suffer any ill effects from a virus killing all the organic non-humans.
Let's send a cleaning droid.
Yeah.
What a wonderful idea.
Okay. Anyway, so if you guys decide there's anything you want to do, I'm going to work on some upgraded sheets for your ship, and you guys can work on any other things that you want while you're here. And we'll start the next session with you en route to your first assignment.
Sweet.
You didn't ask this guy's name, so I'm going to come up with a better name than I had spitballed for him.
Yeah.
And then I'll post that in chat too.
All right. We did a mission, so is that experience for us?
That is experience for you guys.
Oh yeah.
Are we gonna be here long enough for me to finally install the magnetic door?
You're going to a dry dock. You could just ask for one.
No, it's something I've been so excited about installing for months now.
Yeah, that was part of like your initial application and review process. Like, yeah, I can get this done.
Yeah, I'll definitely get it done. Although maybe we can turn it into a running gag that it never gets installed.
It's also worth noting that you don't have a dropship in your launch bay. You can hold a Silhouette 3 size vehicle in your launch bay, and it's currently empty. The Proto Shadow is notoriously hard to land on most planets, so it's worth thinking about. It's a flying box.
We still have the frog. We still have the frog in wherever you stashed it. I think
Yeah,
it's
that was
here,
in
but I'm not sure.
storage.
It's Noctal. No, it was on your home planet.
No, it's on Noctal. You guys have never been to Umbara.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to go to Umbara. Got into some trouble there once. I'm excited, man. I like working for the good guys, even if they're not necessarily the best guys.
It's the moral choice. I totally agree.
You guys did really, really good in that fight, because the truth is, this party's strength is not space combat. Like,
No.
that's not what the ship is really made for. And you did really well. I'm going to tell you right now, I expected you guys to try to board and or ram one of the ships. I did not expect you to just straight up be like, no, we're going to be a meat shield and critical the shit out of them.
I don't think we expected that either.
I did expect you to use the tractor beam to great effect, which you totally did not disappoint.
Yeah,
I like that
I
track.
really wish that Clax had been on that, because that would have gone better. But it did work.
It's probably not as satisfying for the Geonosian to fire the tractor beam, although the one time he wasn't here and I NPC'd Sen, it was very effective.
It's really great.
Since
If you could
fired
just
the tractor beam before to very great effect. I mean, he did take out a TIE fighter that way once. So he's not against doing it. But if you put a tractor beam next to a gun and say, pick one.
I don't know. I did manage to literally take out a Gazanti.
Yeah.
I think that went rather well.
Mm-hmm. It did.
And the other two ships are not doing good.
No, those other two ships, and just so you know, I am keeping an actual pool of Jera's resources since you've accepted the mission to go after her, and they are a number of resources that you can diminish. So previously when you fought the Empire, because of the eras we were in, the Empire was a bottomless pool of resources. That is not the case with her current position.
Nice.
So that was costly. Because the Gazantis aren't cheap.
They are not cheap. They are, since I have the card up, not as expensive as I thought they were. They're 200,000 credits apiece.
Oh,
And
boy.
the Corvette, I mean, we damaged the Corvette's gun, its hull.
Oh, the Corvette's like 1.5 mil. It's significant price difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Gazantis are technically troop transports. Even though they call them light cruisers, they're really designed to carry... They carry, like, 2 platoons of stormtroopers, and they carry 4...
Those guys did not make it.
Yeah, they carry 4 fighters, or alternately they can carry 4 AT-ST style walkers or 1 AT-AT. But they're troop transports. They're not really meant for, what they're being used for. They're kind of pushed into service. I suspect that ion cannon on that Raider Corvette will still be disabled next time. I'm going to roll for it just to see. They could triumph. But that ion cannon's a specialty tool. Like, you can't just go into shipyard and buy that. So that's a big part of that Corvette's appeal.
We probably should get some more guns.
Yeah, couldn't hurt.
I mean, for space combat, you may want to consider, when you get your dropship, getting something with enough hard points so you can put some weapons on it. So if you get in that situation again, you can have someone flying Cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a small part of me that's overly obsessed with making a droid that's just really, really good at turret fighting.
I'm starting to think that you should have rolled a droid mechanic instead of an outlaw tech.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm becoming so obsessed with updating droids and stuff, but whatever.
I mean, it may be worth
And cutting their legs off. And cutting their legs off.
Just
The other thing,
it wasn't going to be cut. It was just unbolting the foot. It's like taking your shoe off. That's how I would have sold it. If I had wanted Mr. Clean to pitch it, I'd been like, "Look, I got another one exactly the same right here. You just unbolt that one, you bolt this one on. Or better yet, just take it off for a second. I'll give it back once we're done disarming it." I would have totally gone with the "I'll give it back once we're done disarming it" thing, because if it had gone off and destroyed the foot, he was going to be right next to it. So,
yeah, I'd also like to point out that throughout the entire fight, there's Lucy here next to a crate of whiskey.
Lucy was around. Lucy would have spent some of that fight in the bridge, but she's smart enough to know when her time is, and if those stormtroopers had gotten on board, she would have made her presence known.
Would have been bad for them, especially if they got shredded.
Oh yeah, so your triumph with that, we didn't get to see it. If they'd hooked that umbilical up, I was going to shred the first platoon of stormtroopers coming across. I was going to have them all in the umbilical and just have it go off and be like, well, they got to roll all those checks again, and they're down to half manpower.
Yeah, I guess I can take that bomb setup down.
Yeah, you're gonna want to disable that.
Damn it! I forgot to. I didn't mean to remind you about that. That was going to be something I was going to do later.
Yeah, I was going to
write that down there.
I was going to bring it down after I pointed out the Lucy with the crate of whiskey. Yeah, just as I am effectively crying as I disable this bomb.
So when you come back, there'll probably be some changes on the Proto Shadows map, because I'm probably going to give you some spy stuff from the New Republic to help you with your mission. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now, guys. Thanks for tuning in.